What's happening? It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles live again. Didn't we just do this? God damn. Time to do another one. Last 3 shows have been great. Really good. That last one that we did with Jerry A from Poison Idea was a damn good show. Even by my standards. I have high standards when it comes to this thing. You know? So, hey, there you go. Roy from Down said, hello, Drew. Angelo and I are from the same area in the San Fernando Valley. Yes, brother. But we met in Nottingham, England. Probably don't remember, but Downset played a show with Fishbone in Nottingham. Yeah. Shouting out little Roy, Downset. My man. Hope you're well, Roy. Of course, Roy being a big user of the Fryette gear. So there you go. Yo, if you missed Jerry A, go back and watch it. It was that good. We got to get cracking fairly swiftly because our guest from Fishbone is on the clock. So, but in the meantime, what's going on with this dude? What's up?
What's up? We're rushing today. We're rushing.
You know, I don't see him backstage anymore, so we're not rushing. Now we're not rushing. I don't see him backstage anymore. Hey, Jeff Pliskin, I see you, Pliskin. I see you, Aaron. We're all good. Let's see when if Angelo makes it back.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you know what? I'm all about like whatever. Seriously.
We roll with it. We roll with the punches here.
Bro, I'll sit here and do this shit for fucking a half hour, like, hey, and I'll make a show of it, and it'll be great. So, you know
what? That's all you can do.
Yep.
Oh man.
Hey, is that all you can do?
That's all I can't even do that. And I can't blow bubbles either.
Yeah. Do good things.
Things.
You know what? You know, we were talking about photo of the day, and you and I, and we were talking about, you know, what's going on in the world, and we decided to kind of to go with this a little bit, and and sadly, you know, this is a shot that you took of when we were still in the A7, and yeah, it's heavy, man. Another one of our friends passed away, a big supporter of what we do down there, part of the Rampage Mosh crew. That's you know, Kevin Toasty Kleber, and that's him on Sharpie's shoulders right there, you know. So
yeah, which makes it that much sadder, really. The two of them gone, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, just another guy that was always having fun in the pit, part of the whole Rampage Mosh crew, and you know, just really terrible thing.
Yep.
You know, with this, unfortunately, it gets very sad when we keep accumulating these people, and I keep finding the pictures, and it's like, you know.
Here's another one of the two of them together, and it's wild, man. These are young people that are passing away, you know.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, and this was at one of our Tompkins Square Park gatherings here. You know, this was like, remember when we did the gathering, like right when the pandemic was starting to kind of break a little bit. And but you know,
listen, man, you know, I thought about this. You know, I thought about this. I'm not here to tell anybody do this or don't do that, or don't do drugs or be careful. You know, all I can say is I hope you make it out on the other side, man. That's all I can say. I hope that you live your life and the trials and tribulations and you make it to the other end, man. You know, because a lot of people don't, and it's very sad. But you know, the last thing I'm going to do is say, don't do this or don't do that, because you know.
Yeah. We're lucky enough to have each other for the short time that we have, you know?
You know, pretty much, man. You know, just live your fucking life, man. You know what? If this fucking guy went out with his boots on and that's the way he wanted to go, then good for him. You know? That's kind of, you know, and I don't know. You know, I'm not taking it lightly either. He was a young person. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, but everybody makes their choices in life, man. Everybody makes their choices, man. Make good choices. That's what I used to tell my kid. Make good choices, man. Make good
I,
choices in your car,
I,
in your life.
I believe someone once said, "Do good things, and good things will come to you." Right?
Do bad things, and bad things will come to you. You better believe that shit, man.
Yeah.
You better believe that shit. All right, listen. I got a dance here, man.
I know we're moving quick today, so I'm gonna get right into the
if
chat room there. You know.
if you're around, I'll bring you back later.
You got it. Definitely.
I'll talk to you in a bit. All right. Peace in the Middle East. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles live, and we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, the Texas Silver Rush DTFM Vinyl Distro, Generation Records, 126 Hardcore Clothing, Grunge and Grime Soap Company, DeWolf Publishing, and The Organic Grill. It's a vegan restaurant located in the West Village of New York City at 133 3rd Avenue, right next to the Blue Note. Featured in New York Magazine, Veg News, and New York Times. Their dishes have won numerous awards, including Best Veggie Burger. They make their own cheeses, sausages, and burger patties, and every dish on the menu can be made gluten-free. This year, they're celebrating the 23rd anniversary, and they're all about having a great time while enjoying amazing, clean food. They have now fully reopened for business and look forward to seeing you. Get in touch with them. Order some great food at www.organicgrill.com. Tell you what, I want to bring on our first guest here. We got to get cracking. Here we go. Let me clear the deck. First up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, our first guest is a multi-instrumentalist and songwriter hailing from Flushing, Queens, the mighty borough of Queens, New York. In his proficient career, he is known for his work with the bands White Trash, Murphy's Law, Scarhead, Stuttering John, The Capturers, and many others. Here today to talk about his latest project, Butterbrain, and world premiere their new video, Sapio Soiree. Please welcome, coming at us from Rockaway Beach, Queens, one of my favorite people in this racket, a friend of the family, Mr. Aaron Collins. Hey, bro.
Hey.
What's going on?
I'm like a pig in shit today, man. Fucking, I've been following your show for a while now. I love what you do, and you're really doing your thing. I'm genuinely a fan of the show. To be on with my homie Angelo, to be doing music together, I'm like a pig in shit today, man. So thanks for having me.
Of course, man. And, you and I were talking before, like you and I could do a show just going over like the history that we share and stuff like that, White Trash, the band that you were in, with your brother, Ethan, God rest his soul. My brother directed the first White Trash video, Apple Pie. That was the first Buzzbin video on MTV. I have all that stuff here. Maybe if we get through this stuff, later on the second part of the show, what's bam.
We froze up there, but I got you now. What's up, everybody? What's up, Monster? It's a beautiful.
There's your man. There's your man, Sean Dixon.
SD, my Brooklyn homie.
Yeah. Are we okay? Are we back? Can everybody see us okay? Am I froze? Am I all right?
I was frozen there for a second.
It seems like we're back. So hopefully we're okay.
The gods are on our side.
Listen, whatever it is.
But I will interject real quick that yes, we go back a long way. Your brother shot the first White Trash video, and we crossed paths on that scene, and then later in the New York hardcore scene. So thanks for having me.
Let's bring on our next guest. He's a filmmaker hailing from New York City. He's the driving force behind Raised Fist Propaganda. Please welcome our friend and sometimes collaborator, Mr. Jeff Pliskin. Yo.
What's going on?
What's happening?
What's going on, fellas?
How are you?
Living the dream. Let me show
you. Yeah,
off.
I see. I'm glad. We're lucky you made it right as the show started, huh?
Yeah, I'm dealing with like Hulk Hogan and stuff, so.
Yeah, right. Got it.
But thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yep. Hey, let's try to get our next guest
Come on, baby.
Our next
Uh-oh.
guest, our
Here we
next
go.
guest is an American musician hailing from the Golden State of California. He is best known for his work as the lead singer and saxophonist for the funk metal band Fishbone. He also performs and records under the name Dr. Mad Vibe. Please welcome, coming at us from the City of Angels, Mr. Angelo Moore. Hey, man.
There he
Yo,
is.
what's happening?
He's like, what's going on?
All right.
What's happening?
Nice hat.
Everything, dude. Everything, man. The forces of nature have been trying to keep me from getting online with y'all. Man, right when we had, because we were talking earlier, just trying to coordinate shit because I'm on the run as I'm doing this. And the phone overheated. And then the phone never charged up as I'm driving. I got it plugged up. So I'm looking at the battery. There's no juice in the battery when I'm thinking it was charging up. And now I'm back. I'm back in the car. I got the air condition on the phone. I'm making sure nothing gets in the way of this because we've been planning it for a long time.
The drama,
What's up, Angelino?
The drama is real.
What's up, Jeffro?
Incendiary device.
Yeah.
Hey, Angelo, can I ask you a question before we get into this other stuff?
Yep.
Angelo, I like your mesh outfit,
Yeah, go
bro.
ahead.
Hey, did you grow up in a musical household, man? Like, how did music come into your life?
Well, there's a lot of music, lots of records, man, lots of James Brown and lots of jazz.
Did your father was a musician, right?
Yeah, my dad played with Count Basie for a while.
Wow.
Played saxophone with Count Basie for a while. And so yeah, it was just loads of music, man. It was like a heavy music house where I grew up.
And you just gravitated to saxophone?
Yeah, I gravitated towards saxophone. And I wanted to play wait, hold on for a second, man, because this guy.
Yo.
He's getting a ticket.
Yo,
He's getting traffic.
We're doing it today.
No, they didn't die, but Quincy did. Quincy's gone. Yeah, I just left from his funeral in Kansas City with his family. Yeah, it's fucked up. Crack and fentanyl, and then heart attack. That's what they're putting in the shit. How you been doing? Good. Oh, you water it every day? Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yo, get
right.
ready.
Well, I'll pay, man.
Get
But I'm on
ready
a
for this one.
podcast right now with some people from New York, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Angelo,
All right.
my condolences, bro.
Yeah.
Condolences, brother.
Our condolences. Hey, Aaron, tell us about how you guys how this collaboration came to be.
So basically, the reality is that Mr.
One of the kids is like a police sergeant in the Glendale in the Glendale County area, but this guy lives in his truck in the parking lot, right? So it's Indian guy. So we used to talk a lot. I call him Cochise and everything, right? We get along. One day, the guy loans me his phone because my phone wasn't working, right? And so I'm like, well, I don't know, man, but thanks, I appreciate it. Something like that. And then he comes back on my door and he's like, you're trying to steal my phone. You're trying to steal my fucking phone. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to steal your phone here, man. You can have your phone back. Remember, you loaned it to me. Remember that shit? So the guy has a fucking meltdown on my fucking porch.
What kind of phone was
And it was like
iPhone 13?
It was like a fucking
Flip phone.
Android or some shit.
Why you stealing flip phones?
The guy has a meltdown on my fucking porch, right? Ends up calling me a nigga. We almost getting a fight in the fucking parking lot and all the rest of this shit. Turns really ugly, right? And, but we were the best of friends. And then we end up not talking for like a year. How could you not talk to a motherfucker for a year? People die within that time, right? crazy shit happens within a time going by. So now the guy decides he wants to start talking to me, but he never wants to address. He never wants to address what the fuck happened to make us not talk to each other in the first place. Dude, I can't stand fucking people like that. Then he's gonna come back around and start talking to me like nothing ever happened, man. Like,
Yo,
you
Angelo.
stupid ass
Nobody
Angelo.
wants to make amends for shit in this world.
Nobody
man.
wants to make amends for nothing, dude.
Nothing, bro.
Man, I can't stand people like that. They can kiss my black motherfucking ass.
That's some
Straight
LA
up.
shit right
Yeah.
there.
Angelo said that in my class actually once.
That's some fake ass LA shit. Cause you know LA, man, we in the land of la la, where fantasy and Hollywood is here, and people are disconnected from reality a lot of the time.
Amen. Preach.
You know,
Preach. Preach.
so now he's like, boy, man, I watered your cactuses in the front and everything. I watered your cactuses. And you know, he's cacti, yeah. And I'm like, oh, this poor motherfucker, he's kind of out of his mind. He lives in his fucking car. He's got 5 kids. Obviously, he's at odds with his kids because he ain't living in a nice place, because he's living in his fucking truck, because his pride and his ego must be in the way so much he can't even communicate with his kids and make amends and shit.
Angelo,
Man,
PMA, baby. PMA.
Yeah,
positive mental attitude, dude. You gotta have it. You know, I couldn't help but overhear you guys talking about some of your friends that passed away, some kids that passed away.
Yeah, young kids too, man. Young kids.
And what happened?
Yo, listen, it's the same shit like you just told your man there. It's that same shit that's going around, bro.
Not a good time to be dabbling.
Man, I just had a really good partner of mine. Like, he was like a brother of mine that I grew up with. He died from fentanyl and crack on his apartment floor. And so coming back from Japan with Fishbone, it was like a 10-hour flight. I stayed a week after Fishbone left. I stayed a week after, man, because I was like just trying to create some more opportunities for myself. Dr. Mad Bob and shit like that. Y'all just have some other shit going on. So I stayed a week afterward, had some underground shows, and then I flew back to LA, had a 5-hour layover, and then I flew to Kansas City, where I went to my brother's funeral with his family. And then I had a 2-day train ride back. I had a sleeper in the train, man. So, you know, that was a nice decompressing venture for me on the train. It was really nice, man.
Why take the train? Is it just a comfort thing, like something nice and scenic?
No, and so now I'm back in LA again. Say that again. You did a little Max Headroom on me.
Why take the train? Is it a comfort thing?
Say that again.
The train. Why take the train?
It's a comfort thing. It's because it's a comfort thing. It's a spiritual thing, man. You get to look at it all go by really slow.
Yeah, I want to do that.
You get to think about a lot of things in your life that you usually don't really. Yep. You don't really get to think about when you're riding when you're in a plane.
Yeah.
The plane is squished up. It's uncomfortable. The train is relaxing. You can walk around. It's the constant sway of the cars. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They give you a reservation. They treat you it's a real down-to-earth experience on the train, man. So it was nice, you know. And so now I'm back here in Lost Assholes, California.
Lost Assholes.
Yo, hey, Drew, sorry. I was going to say...
One last thing with Angelo. Where you heading, Angelo? Is Fishbone going out?
Yeah. Yeah, Fishbone's going out. So Fishbone's going out. We got tomorrow in Colorado, the next day in Chicago, and then the next day in Chicago, and then DC, and then somewhere else in there, and then we're gonna be coming to the East Coast.
Yeah, kid. Angelo, come back and speak to my kids again, bro.
Well, yeah, put me in there.
Let's go speak to the ninth
Put
graders.
me in there. Put me in there. And when you
Yeah, but-
put me in there and you make a flyer, then you can make your face as big as mine, like you did on this one.
I didn't do the flyer, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't do the
When's
flyer.
I was
Yo,
gonna ask
nice
you, man,
mesh
don't
outfit.
when we look
Don't
at the
come up
flyer,
play.
we look at the flyer, right?
Oh
You
my
got-
God,
you got
leave me
Aaron's-
alone.
You got we
Fucking
put
guy.
your ass on Front Street, motherfucker. Okay. Aaron's face is the littlest, and then your face is like the biggest, and then mine's the biggest. I'm like, oh, so Jeffro must have a single out and a tour coming. When's the tour, man?
Yo,
Hey, let me interject. On that note,
haters gonna hate, bro.
Back to Drew's question. How did this all collaboration come about?
Yeah, go ahead.
The truth is, it's the man in the Brady Bunch square right next to me, this way. That he basically
Jeffro.
Sir.
Jeffro, you need to put a light on your face because the shadows. Yeah, put a light so we can see your pretty face, motherfucker.
Yo, I miss you, bro.
Because you're the star here, bro.
Yo, did you know that people say Angelo is the African American version of me, and I'm the white version of Angelo? Did you know that?
Oh my God. Yeah, Jeffro and Afro. Right. Yeah, I get it.
Somebody talk about how this friggin' collaboration.
I'll take the lead here. So
Podcast host is pissed.
But basically, Jeff was putting on a couple of shows in Rockaway Beach, and I get just by coincidence. I think,
oh wait, you mean the film festival that my film never got shown at?
Oh my God! This fucking guy.
Yes, Yo, so you know what this means? Here's what this means. This means that Jeffro's got to put on another film festival so that we can make sure that all the sound equipment is working properly, so that we can show my film.
Wow.
Okay, because it never got shown. It was some great bands and a really great surprise hip hop guest from somewhere in Kentucky or the fucking
Indiana.
Where the fuck, Nebraska or some shit? Where the fuck was that guy from?
Indiana.
Indiana, right. Nice guy, wrong time. That's why you gotta throw another one, Jeffro.
Oh my God.
Basically, Drew,
and you know what? And you know what, Jeffro? We know you can do it. If you could be a school teacher and corral all them wild ass kids up in that motherfucker and teach all of them like that, right? That takes, you know what? Let me tell you what I've been finding out about teachers.
Oh God. That's perfect time to freeze his frame right now.
So while Angelo's frozen, I'll take the opportunity to discuss.
Come out with
Holy shit. Hey, I want to say something, all right? Can I say something? I knew it was going to be like this. This isn't a surprise to me.
Man,
I knew it was going to be just like this.
So did I.
We lost him.
All right, we lost him for a second.
So while we lost him, let me take the opportunity to explain how it came together. So basically, Jeff was doing these events in Rockaway, and I kind of bum rushed Angelo. There's a second time he came to play with Butterbrain. I believe I can let Jeffro speak on this, but we have been asked to do a cover for this compilation thing this dude Jast puts out. It's called Classics First Classics, and we did a Fishbone cover of the song Ugly. I think Jeffro might have heard that and kind of made the connection, and then when he came down, asked if he wanted to, if he could kind of sit in with the band. That turned into like a full. I mean, the dude is a fucking amazing, artist and improvisational player. He fit right in like peanut butter and jelly with Butterbrain. And the next thing I asked him if he wanted to jump in on a collab with us. I had the perfect song kind of ready for him. Sent it to him. Let him do his thing. He sent it back from LA. Jeff agreed to do the video. In all transparency, we kind of bum rushed him. I kind of bribed Jeff and Angelo with a meal at the restaurant up the block, Wits End in Rockaway. and I had this meal waiting for the dude was like, willing to close his doors and let us film. So Angelo, as you could see, man, the dude's a fucking busy guy. So for him to even jump on this with us or do the video with Butterbrain, I'm very, very grateful. And I will say that that's the restaurant right there. So we came with fucking dressed up with Sally made this fake brain mold, ready to fucking zombie out and eat some brains and shit. And we weren't sure if he was going to film. In all transparency, Jeffro was like, dude, it's on you. So in true New York Jewish fucking punk rock style, I know you guys can relate. I fucking basically like put him on the spot, like, hey, enjoy your meal. Are you ready to film? And like a true fucking showman, once that camera got rolling, he fucking stole the show as usual.
Well, can I give you a perspective though?
Sure.
So, all right, here's the deal. Basically, so Angelo and I had this film festival concept for like 5 or 6 years. We put out a movie with HR, the Bad Brains. And so Angelo, that's pretty much how we met. We met like 12 years ago at the Warped Tour. And he's like, do you want to do a movie with me? So we shot a 20-minute movie with HR.
That's the HR thing right there?
Yeah, it's called Optimistic.
Yeah.
We were in like 4 film festivals in maybe 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't seen Angelo in probably like 2 or 3 years, and then I ran into him at Fat Mike's house. No effects. They were like filming some backyard thing during COVID, and Angelo's like, "Dude, we should like re-release the movie. Let's create our own film festival," which kind of leads into why this guy's so pissed off, because in a funny way, because we literally planned this shit for like a year. And the day of the film festival, we played like 5 films. And then when it came to playing Angelo's film, like the projector like broke or some shit. It was crazy. So, and then he yells at me. He's like, of course it doesn't work. And I'm like, bro. So we're fighting like brothers. He's yelling at me in front of all the audience. I'm like, dude, the shit doesn't work. It's not my fault. And
Man, if you could only hear what I'm hearing.
So Angelo's yelling at me. I got Angelo's wife yelling at me. Everyone's yelling at me. So long story short, we're gonna do it right the second time. And then since we had Angelo for the film festival, Aaron's like, yo, let's get him on a song. So, obviously we're gonna, we paid whatever it is, the artist fee, and we got a pretty dope song out of it. So that's the real situation, how we got the legendary Angelo Moore wearing his mesh outfit and his Coming to America hat.
Here's another one from the shoot itself. There you go. Right?
That was from the show. That was from the film festival show.
Yeah, well, the infamous now infamous film festival.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That's Butterbrain with
hey,
Angelo.
Hey Jeff, what's happening with the release? How is this being released? Are you involved in that?
What, the video or the project that I shot with Angelo a few months back?
No, the Butterbrain thing.
So the Butterbrain, I guess you premiered the video, and then we're working on a vinyl, myself, Angelo, and Aaron. And if you're listening, Angelo, no, my face is not going to be on the album cover. We're putting out like 500 vinyls. Aaron is really a really good guy to work with. He's like all business, legit. So it's really a pleasure working with people who are like on that positive tip. And it's exciting when, like, even with you, Drew, it's like, people do podcasts, people who like put out music, they just focus on doing their art. And I think it's probably why we get along with Angelo, because that dude's always like doing something artistic. He has no time for the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Aside from yelling at me on podcasts.
Yeah, I want to say out there that Jeff has me and him co-directed the Take video for The Elitist, which is a great video, I must say. And also,
thank you.
He directed and shot the Antidote NYHC Scarred video. So we've collaborated a couple times, We've collaborated a couple times,
Well, yeah, I go back with you like almost 20 years. I met you at the 25 to Life show back when 25 to Life was a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So back in the
Before
day,
the fall, before the downfall, right?
this was like, I mean, you were definitely, I always looked up to your videos. Like,
Thank you.
I shoot in black and white, so like the biohazard punishment video, like, dude, I still watch that video. It's just, it gives me like the tingles when I see that shit. Like people jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge, like Brooklyn Bridge mosh pit. Like,
Yep.
who would have thought of some shit like that? And it was very inspiring for me to like do some crazy type of scenes like that with black and white. But yeah, you've shot some crazy videos, and I definitely have a great amount of respect for you.
Well,
and it's pretty cool to share 4 Brady Bunch boxes with you guys.
well, I've always said, Jeff, I think you're a great cinematographer, and if there was some way for us to coherently work together, I'd be all for it. You know.
Next Butterbrain jam. We got more on deck.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We
Oh,
hear
guess
you.
who's back?
Guess who's back? Back again. So, yeah, can I take the time out to say one thing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me take the time to say one thing.
Yes, you can hear me.
Yes. Yes, we hear you. Hold on, Aaron. Aaron, hold on. We hear you, bro.
So I was going to say
that's good. Aaron, put some light on your face.
You want a spotlight?
Put some light on your face so we can see.
How's that?
Yeah. All right,
How's that?
David, that's good.
There we go.
Aaron,
Thank you.
What are you going to say?
Oh, yeah, you're always looking at Angelo. Thank you. What I was going to say was in response to your first question that the video will be able to show. We wanted to premiere it. We've been holding it back for a few weeks. I've been chomping at the bit to let it loose, but after the show, it'll be on YouTube link through Ray's Fist. And the other thing I wanted to say was, as Jeff mentioned, besides Angelo, who it's great to open the door to working with both you guys. This is the second time we did a video with Jeff. Indirectly, we've been working together and sharing each other's shit for years. So it's kind of beautiful to, at our age, on this scene, we're all kind of lifers, and it's great to grow together. The second video that we're doing with Butterbrain is with another dude that we've worked with before, guitar player's brother, Lola Rodriguez. And, we were just talking about it. It's like second, third time working with people, and it's like getting better. And but we're doing it independently. There's no record labels involved, and it's fucking, it's a beautiful thing, man. We're all artists, man, and we're still doing it. So I'm grateful to, like Jeff just said, the 4 guys in this box, it's great to be in this Brady Bunch box with the 3 of you guys.
There you go. All right. Hey, Jeff, what are you looking at in the future here, Jeff? Any projects coming up? What are you up to?
Well, we just shot a short film with Angelo and Peter Green from Pulp Fiction. We shot that at the Skull Bar in New York City. So it's like a 15-minute experimental film that we're trying to submit to like Tribeca, Sundance, all that jazz. So we shot Angelo. He's in it, playing a New York gangster. He has a New York accent, so I thought that was pretty cool. There's a lot of forget about it.
Hey, Jeff, I might need you to shoot this, bro.
I'm ready. Let's do it. I said I'm down. You got the script?
Bro, 120 pages of it, dude.
That's a 2-hour movie right there. Let's do it.
That's where it's heading. I'm not trying to do another music documentary, dude.
No more Metallica?
Bro, I'm done. Hey, Angelo.
What's up?
What are you doing, man?
Man, the last time I was giving Jeffro the 3rd degree. Did y'all catch any of that shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, because I swear, after all of that, I'm trying to get back on, and all I can hear, motherfucker, I love you too, motherfucker. All I heard after that was shit just going like,
oh my God, dude, Angelo and I have
everything was in fucking slow motion after that. I'm just like, what the fuck is up with this shit?
Yo, Angelo, could you give us a New York forget about it? He's
All
frozen again.
All right. Hey, I'm taking control of the situation. Okay, Angelo, we love you. Thank you for coming on the show. Good luck out there with Fishbone. We'll see you when you're in New York. And that's it. Angelo Moore, ladies and gentlemen. Pliskin, you want to shout anybody out?
I want to shout you guys out. I just I do a lot of reggae stuff, so I just did a couple of shows with Slightly Stupid, and I'm shooting some videos for the Elevators, Roots of Creation. Just a lot of white boy reggae dudes.
well put. Well put. All right, Jeff.
But yeah, thank you for having me on.
Sure. Raise fist propaganda, everybody, on Instagram.
I'll see you at the Mets game tonight.
Yes, New York Mets. Let's do it.
Talk to you later, Jeff.
Later, guys.
Bye. All right.
Woo! you asked for it. I gave it to you.
Listen, I knew what was happening, man. I'm cool, man.
I really got love for both of those guys, man. They both, we're all fucking nuts, and I'm grateful to be in a fucking nutty circle with all you guys.
It's funny. And now things are gonna settle down a little bit, and with this show. And,
oh, you think so, huh?
Yep. Listen, you were talking about the history that you and I have, right? And that you and my family have. And of course, it reminded me of this. Now, for those that are wondering what this is a video called Apple Pie, and by a band, White Trash. And it's from, the date is 5/17/91. And the production company was Mercenary Films, which was my brother Evan's production company. And this is a video that my brother directed for the band that you and your brother Ethan, God rest his soul, were in. And this is, people will remember. Oh, yeah, hold on. Now, let me say that, of course, this under the 59th Street Bridge, but this was actually the first MTV Buzz Bin video, right?
Correct. Yeah. It's pretty crazy showing the first video and to the last video today. But this is where it kind of all started, for me on a quote unquote professional level. And I was the youngest guy in the band, a dude named Ross Elliott, who was the connection to both of us.
Right. Ross Elliott, who's a kid that was my brother's best friend when we were growing up.
Absolutely. And he was the dude. He was working for EMI Publishing, signed us to a publishing deal, which is why I make no money these days from any of this shit, because I gave it away on the publishing to become a rock star. And we all did. And so basically, this video basically got us.
Bro, this just warms my heart. But you were talking about, what did this video enable you guys to do?
Well, this video really got us our record deal. Like Ross had made we did a publishing deal. We pretty much gave away our publishing in that we would get, that he had like 6 months to get us a record deal. So it sounds like, so we did a video with like he put us in a studio to do a 4-song demo. Yep. Did a video production for this, but we're talking 1991. That's when it came out. It was really like 1990, 89 that all this shit was going down.
Hold on, let's get another. Wait. We got to get this moment right here. Hold on. Dick. Hold on. Dick. Yo, let's hear it for the
I had a
white
little more
boys,
hair.
huh? Let's hear it for the white boys from Queens, huh? Come on now. Oh.
So yeah. That basically, like, again, we're talking about a time when like videos weren't a normal thing. You know, bands were doing demos, but for Ross to recruit your brother to do this video for us was a big deal, and absolutely was a showcase to the record labels. And we ended up signing with Elektra. We had like a little bidding war going on at the time. He absolutely fulfilled his side of the bargain. We gave up some of our publishing, but he got us a major label deal with major label management. It was really all his vision and his connection to your brother that kind of made that happen. Who would have thought 25 years later? I mean, I don't know about you, but I haven't spoken to Ross in about 25, 30 years, but the Stone Brothers are my fucking peeps.
Yeah, he's out in Hollywood doing his thing, you know. I told my and there's hold on, we got to have an Aaron, we got to have an Ethan Collins moment. Hold on. Your brother was a great guitar player, man.
He really was, man.
He was, man. He was great. He was great.
I'm almost embarrassed or ashamed to say this, but I don't think I really appreciated how good he was till after he passed, because you know, while we were doing it, we were in the midst of it, and he's my brother, so you know how that shit goes. I'm not really paying attention to his art. I mean, I always knew he was a great player, but I really appreciated him even that much more after he passed. Like, humbly looking back and listening to his recordings. Oh shit! Holy shit! A lot of music was made in that Fresh Meadows apartment. You know, we shared a room together.
You guys started young, huh?
That's about it. That's about it right there. You know.
Is that a Les Paul he's playing at that age?
It sure looks like it. He fucked around, like, making, not till a little later. He messed around with you know, making and building his own guitars, but that looks like an official Les Paul. And we grew up with shit around the house. My parents were like kind of coffee house, you know, pre-hippie folk players that dabbled in a little bit of you know, the coffee house club scene.
Sure.
My mom once I think opened for Bob Dylan in like a Boston coffee house. So we grew up with it around. She made me take classical piano lessons, you know, from like the age 5 to 10. And then my brother switched from drums to guitar, pretty much forced me to play bass and said, we're starting a metal rock band. Let's do it. And, you know, that picture was kind of probably the start of that right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Spike. Yo, I got to shout out Spike Polite. And yo, Spike Polite, I got to get the information. I got to get straight on this, because our good friend Spike Polite and Sewage, they're involved in some sort of a voting contest thing. They want to play the Hollywood Bowl. So I got to get the exact information so we can all vote for Spike Polite and Sewage so they could play the Hollywood Bowl. I got it right here. I got to get straight on how you vote for this. So I'll talk to Spike on the next show. Everybody has to vote for Spike Polite. Why Spike Polite wants to play the Hollywood Bowl is beyond me. but you know,
that's awesome. I want to play the Hollywood Bowl too.
Oh, fuck. You know what? You know how in my band, bro, we don't want to play anywhere outside of the New York City subway system. Other than that, New York City's a metropolitan city. You want to see us play? Come to New York City.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know, somebody put something in my drink. So, you know, somebody mentioned something really interesting, and I have all this stuff standing by. And let's talk about this. Let me set it up. Where is? Hold on. Let me find this. Some great comments on that video. You know,
that is really where it all started for me. You know, I kind of, you know, some of the band went back to like 9 to 5 gigging and, you know, taking odd jobs. And I
got it. Here it is. Dola White 13 says, I remember Jack Davis from Mad Magazine did your album cover, right?
That's a fact.
And there is the album cover, and the White Trash album cover. And here is, you know, people wondering about Jack Davis. Here's some of his work that he did for Mad Magazine, right? And yeah, how did you? I mean, I'm sure it was the label, right? I mean,
pretty much, but I think we kind of requested and put a request to see if he would do it, and
Right.
you know we had a label, you know, type shit behind us, so they made it happen. But what was interesting about that was what he wanted was individual photographs. So we're talking like 89, 90, like, you know, before the album came out, we
Right.
sent him Polaroids, like fucking and these
Yeah,
fucking whack ass Polaroids. You know, they got it to the label, they sent it to him, and that's what we never met him. That's what he did the cover based off Polaroid pictures.
Let me see. Let's take a look at the cover again. Here's the cover again. Great. It's a great cover, man.
It really is. You know, it's
great. It's great. I love the cat. I love the cat on the bottom right. It's like Mad Magazine, man. You know.
No doubt. It's something that again at the time I didn't even know who the fuck Jack Davis was. That was probably more Dave Alvin, the singer's you know,
Right.
influence, and like, you know, but we reached out and he agreed to do it.
You know, real quick, in doing some research here, I came across this, which is a compilation of Jack Davis's work called "Some of My Good Stuff." Jack Davis, compiled by Hank Harrison. Now, real quick, don't look it up yet. Does anybody know who Hank Harrison is? Who is Hank Harrison? Does anybody know who Hank Harrison is? Anybody? This was very interesting. Interesting connection. Interesting connection here, man. So let's see if someone's going to look it up and figure it out. But
I was going to say on this topic, do you know what's his name, like RJ Crumb or CJ Crumb?
Yeah.
That was my guy out of that whole crew. I kind of dug his stuff like more. That's what I kind of got attracted to, and I tried this tattoo. I don't know if you could catch it on my elbow. It's supposed to be done in a Crumb type manner. Whatever.
Hold on. Where are you? Hold on. Why am I not seeing you? There you go. Go ahead.
All right. I asked this my uncle, you know, another family member that passed away before his time. I kind of asked the artist to do it in a Crumb style. So that it doesn't really show up over here, but that was my guy.
Yes. Yes. Hank Harrison is Courtney Love's father. And he was also the first manager of the Grateful Dead. And he goes back. He's a San Francisco. He was like a Haight-Ashbury guy. He managed the Grateful Dead in 1965. He wrote a book about the Dead, but he's Courtney Love's father. Yep.
Interesting shit.
Listen, man. What do you think I'm doing over here, bro?
You do your homework.
Bro, I'm not just over here humping my girlfriend.
I wasn't expecting the Harry Harrison one. That's some next level shit right there.
There you go. Hey, let's do this. I got a lot of stuff here, and we could you know, we'll bounce it back and forth. We'll talk about some stuff. But let me take a sponsor break and get through some. Take a sponsor break and get through some stuff, and we'll come back and let's bring the women of the pit on, and we'll do it together, man. All right.
All about it.
We'll do it together, man. I'll see you in a bit. All right. Well, goddamn, huh? I knew it was going to be crazy. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles live. The trying to bring some semblance of sanity to it. Our guest was Angelo Moore from Fishbone, who's on his way downtown LA to pack the truck, make sure my shit's on the truck, because the Fishbone is going out. We had Jeff Pliskin on from Raised Fist Propaganda, and currently, of course, who's going to be on for us for a while is Aaron Collins from Butterbrain, formerly White Trash, and a bunch of other stuff that we're going to talk about. We are sponsored by blah, 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 and since 1992, Generation Records. They've been a mainstay of the New York metropolitan area music scene Today, they offer a diverse selection of new and used rock, jazz, indie, hip-hop, punk, hardcore, metal, blues soundtrack, and reggae LPs, as well as T-shirts, posters, and other merchandise. They buy used record collections and music memorabilia and will pay you top dollar for them. House calls made for large collections in the tri-state area. Call or email generationrecords@gmail.com. Follow them on Facebook and on Instagram. Come on now, the Texas Silver Rush. It's a jewelry design firm and boutique store located in the birthplace of the Texas country music scene in Fredericksburg, Texas. They specialize in work with musicians in all music genres to design and create unique one-off pieces, as well as style them for stage, album covers, promo photos, and social media exposure. Their client list includes Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Greg Rollet, Ringo Starr, and of course, Agnostic Front. Information and online sales are being taken at their Facebook and Instagram page, and of course, www.thetexassilverrush.com. Come on, Debo the Pro. This is New York Hardcore Comics. They opened in 2013 when lifelong friends Lee Farrelly and Debo the Pro combined their collections and obsessions for comic books, punk rock, toys and statues, Magic the Gathering, and all things horror. The store is located at 117 Main Street in Dobbs Ferry, New York, open 7 days a week and shipping worldwide. Contact them by email at newyorkhardcorecomics@gmail.com or at www.newyorkhardcorecomics.com. I'm sure you are wondering, I am wondering too, what are the next 4 shows? Well, I got them for you right here. Coming up on the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live this Sunday, old school DC Hardcore represent Franz Stahl from Scream will be on the show. Of course, he was also in Wool with his brother after that. And then, of course, he was in Foo Fighters with his Scream bandmate, Dave Grohl. Wednesday, September 14th, that's 2 weeks from today. Can anyone say legend? Don Fury will be on the show. Sunday, September 18th, Paris Mayhew and I will be walking down memory lane doing a music video retrospective. The 20 music videos that we did together, we collaborated on them. 20 including the 5 Biohazard videos, Typo Negative, Machine, Sepultura, Typo Negative, King's X, Insane Clown Posse, The Youngsters. Yep. Sunday, September 25th, Steve Whale of The Business will be on the show, talking about his old friend Mickey Fitz and everything else. Yes, Don Fury will be amazing. Can't wait for Don Fury. That's right. We're looking forward to it. Did you miss Angelo? Yes, you did. Sorry about that. You snooze, you lose. Angelo was on a tight schedule. I want to mention that coming up on Sunday, September 11th, here in New York City, if it's free, it is for me. All ages, matinee on the Bowery at the Bowery Electric with Winterwolf, Orlando Furioso, Murderers Row, Crazy Eddie, and Why Die. Come down and support this event. This event needs your support. We must support these events. They're free. We have to keep them going. So listen, make an effort. All right? Make a fucking effort. Swear to God, you people. Get off your ass and come down to the show. I'm talking to you. All right? Don't piss me off. Why Die? Yeah, from Philly, old school. Yep. There you go. If you're wondering, like, you know what? I like being abused by this guy, and I want to support him. There's a Patreon page. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. Tomorrow, patrons, all patrons, there's a patron show going up with Alan Robert from Life of Agony that we did yesterday, talking about his new release, Spoiler NYC, playing his video. We're breaking down the video like we did with Billy from Biohazard. And speaking of Alan Robert, this is a good intro, actually. Here we go. Here's a good intro. Get ready, women of the pit, okay? Sunday, September 18th, it is the Holiday Slamboree. at the Bowery Electric. If it's free, it's for me. All ages at the Bowery. Faded Line, Serial Poets, Concrete Ties, Daija, Voice of Doom, Spoiler NYC, Sworn Enemy, and it is brought to you by Women of the Pit, GBT, and the New York Hardcore Chronicles. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, here they are, Lori Dawn and Gina, Women of the Pit.
Hello. Hey, yo.
Welcome to Chaos.
Yeah, I don't even know how to.
Gosh, the horses were out of the barn and running wild.
I knew it though. Like I don't get upset about that. I'm like, whatever.
That
That
was
was
entertaining.
amazing. That was amazing. He was going crazy. Jeff was, with the sage.
Yeah, right. So look, we're doing this show together in December, huh?
It's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. I can't wait.
So I have a funny Jeff Pliskin story. We were at a show in Brooklyn, and it was just like some random day, and we were leaving the show and we were going to drive back into Manhattan, and we're coming like onto the ramp to get onto the highway in this random abandoned spot, and there's this guy walking up the ramp, but there's no walking path. He's just like on the street, like walking up the path. And I'm like, what is that guy doing? And then you look closer and I was like, wait, that guy looks familiar. And it was Jeff. But we were going too fast and couldn't stop. So
where was this?
In Brooklyn, like just random. Like, what was he doing? And he was like walking, smiling, like doing his thing. And he had his phone in his hand. And I wanted to ask him, like, what the hell were you doing on the ramp in Brooklyn?
I see. Speaking of, I see Jerry X in the shouting out Jerry X.
Oh, yo, Jerry!
And I see that you guys.
He's my brother.
I see you're doing a benefit show, conveniently right on top of one of my shows. So I certainly appreciate that. I love that, and the balls of you to send me a flyer to push your show on top of my show. Hey, I know you people are enjoying my show, but listen, fuck my show. Who cares about the show? What you really should do is go out and go support Women of the Pit in Jersey and see all these bands.
How do you know we won't be all watching your show on our phone at the show? How do you know? That's what we're all going to be doing.
Boy, listen, I'm used to it. But at this point, people like call me, and I'm not directing this at you, but bands call me and to play a Bowery Electric, and then I see that they announce a show where they're competing against one of my shows. It's like, come on.
We are all going to be watching on our phones at this show.
I'll friggin' napalm. You know what? I won't napalm the place because I like Jay. I see Jay's involved. Gina, why don't you tell us about what's going on here?
Sure. We had partnered with Jay Beluski from Stomp Out Abuse, and we are putting on a benefit show to benefit Oasis, which is a haven for women and children in New Jersey. They are a shelter, and they food and clothe women and children, and they also do they have classes there. Their mission aligns with ours, and they were high rated on Charity Navigator, and we really wanted to do something special to support them. So this is our good
lineup. That's a good lineup.
Yeah, we're super excited. So many people were excited to jump on and help out. It was easy to get this done, and
I don't think I want to do my show that day.
Yeah, I think you were planning on coming over. So
what's the date? November 6th.
It's on Sunday, November 6th.
Who's on November 6th?
I'm not sure.
Oh, Tom Lyle from Government Issue. Oops.
So it's going to be a really fun show. We got a lot of cool little fundraising surprises there. So come out and see what we got. It's going to be a really cool day.
Man, I'm like yesterday's news, man.
Well, we thought it'd be fun to announce the show today because Butterbrain is playing and Aaron is here. So
speaking of Aaron.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Hey yo,
Hey.
yo.
hey, yo.
Sorry, I was just getting text from Angelo.
I see him backstage, but it's like,
He's still in
I
there.
don't bring him on and like have more chaos, man.
It was good chaos. It was good chaos.
But yeah, we're looking very forward to doing the show on November 6th, and it's for a good cause. And me and Gina have crossed paths like a little bit, but I'm, and when she hit me up about doing the show, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. It was like not even a thought. Like, let's just do it. And how cool is that? And
No
we
doubt.
love Sally Mae too. We love Sally Mae, seeing her up there.
Yeah, we know she's one of you guys.
Yeah.
She's been a great supporter in the group, and a real asset. So
She is a gamer, and not for nothing, she's been kind of like my right hand man in Butterbrain. So she's really helped. She's been doing some incredible merch from like from home, and she's been a huge asset to Butterbrain. The whole vibe kind of changed like when she became a full-time member.
well,
She's got a really great voice.
Yeah.
Most importantly, yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful voice and just a
She's got
beautiful.
a really great
She
voice.
kills it. She brought us what we were lacking, a good voice.
So, Women of the Pit, let's talk about this.
All right. Well, since Aaron and Angelo were on the show today, we thought we would spotlight a female-fronted, like neo two-tone ska band we usually travel around the world, but today they're from Philly.
We're going right up the road to Philly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, they're Cat Bite, and they
Cat Bite.
Yeah, Cat Bite. They actually do. It's funny you say that, because they do a little bit. They're like a ska band, but they do hardcore covers of their own music, and they call themselves Cat Fight. But this is Cat Bite. They're fun. So if you want to play a little clip.
Yeah, let me play a little clip.
Excuse me, miss, but after this kiss, where do I fall upon your list? I slept 2 hours in the past 200 hours.
I like the keyboards.
Yeah, they describe themselves as like, influenced by the Specials and Elvis Costello.
Yeah. That's an Elvis Costello organ sound. That's like a Elvis Costello and the Attractions organ sound. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So they've got some great music out. They also have a really cool single. They cover the Neon Trees song, Everybody Talks, which I like the original song, but they make it even more fun. So they're a really cool band, very talented. I love her voice.
Have you seen them play live?
I have not. No, but they're on tour.
Yeah, and they're coming to New York on September 9th with the band.
You know what? Tell them they should come September 11th, because being there's 30 other shows going on that same day.
We'll just book them on top of you. Is that what you want?
It seems like everyone looks at the calendar and goes, "Oh, let's do it September 11th."
No, but they're going to be in New York City on the 9th, actually, with Streetlight Manifesto from New Jersey, which is another like ska punk band. So that's going to be a fun show.
Okay.
But they're touring. They're going all over the place. They're playing with Mephistopheles in Australia.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's like they've only been around a couple of years, and they kind of have gotten on this good run. So.
Well, yeah, you could here they are. You could tell they're from Philly because she's posing with that Philly.
Yeah, that thing, whatever that is.
Whatever that thing is.
Yeah, I know.
That thing. Yeah, I got one more shot. There's one more that you sent me. What's the gal's name that sings?
Her name is Brittany Luna, and she's actually a jazz trained singer. Yeah, I like that song because I like her shirt. Be gay, do crime. Go to the general and save some time.
All right. Cool.
But she also did a cover of Bitty Bitty Bomb Bomb, which is a Selena song, and she wanted to do that because it like reflects her Latina roots, and she wants her music to kind of bridge the gap between like the South American ska scene and the American ska scene. She's trying to like bring awareness to that, and you know, use music to do good things. That's what we do, right?
We try. We try.
Okay.
Are they playing with us on the 6th? No.
No.
Okay. They sound great.
Hey, but the 11th is open.
Wait, what day you have a show, Drew? All right, that's what we'll.
You know, just call me Eugene. Eugene Hutz is calling me as the show's going on. He's probably like, "Hey, you want to do something?"
When someone comments, "Oh, Fire's Murder said an orange Oscar the Grouch." That's what that thing looks like, an orange Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah. Yo, I got to shout out Fire's Murder and Chris and those guys. They're in the recording studio tonight. They're in the recording studio that they're in tonight, and I'm in tomorrow doing vocals for our new record. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Good.
Yeah. I recommended the studio to them. I said, "Yo, you call this dude," and so they've been in a place called Found Soundation in Gowanus, Brooklyn, recording their record, and of course the studio's giving them all the good time and all the. You know, and we're getting dog shit, but that's okay.
Wow.
I want to give a shout to Jerry X, who's wanted me to call him the most beautiful Brazilian in hardcore. The Dead Crew is on that show on the 6th, and they're also. I do a Halloween birthday party every year. It's going to be October 28th at the Kingsland.
Yeah.
I hope it's not another one of your dates, Drew. I think it's a Friday.
October 28th.
October 28th at Kingsland. Yeah. It's a Friday, and but Dead Crew is going to be playing.
I'm open. Wow, October 28th. Could you move it? Can you move it to maybe?
Can you move it to move it to what is it? The 11th.
September 11th.
What's your birthday?
You know, Flora from Mafa called me about not wanting to book a show on the same day, and I did that to Drew, and I'm like, are we relics? We're the only people that ask, hey, is it okay if I do a show on your day? I guess we're throwbacks.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. We put up the thing with that thing, the flyers, and everyone's like, "Flyers suck."
Yeah, they do.
Flyers,
though.
baby.
They do.
Story of Lou's like flyers suck.
Damn right. This is a fucking New York show, baby.
Yeah. Oh man.
I just want to say, for the record, I'm pretty sure I did ask you, Drew, about that tape before I booked the show.
You did.
Okay.
You did. I'm like, it's okay. Whatever.
Okay.
Listen, I need material for the show, you know, so I gotta carry on.
No one gets off easy. No one.
Listen, the show. Fortunately, we have an international show, and people all over the world watch the show, and you know, part of the contingent is in New York City, but a lot of people, as we're watching right now, people out there all over the world. And a lot of people go back and watch it afterwards. So, you know, it's okay. Everybody's got to eat, right?
I was just going to say the same thing.
You know,
we're in New York City. There's enough room for everybody to eat.
Yeah.
There you go. Speaking of, as you guys are here, on Sunday, October 15th, talking about Organic Grill and everybody else, Don Foos is coming to town, and he's signing copies of his new book, Motivate Me, at Organic Grill. It's free. It's a book signing.
Nice.
Come through, you know, you get a little something to eat. And the next day, actually, so this is Saturday, October 15th. The next day is this show at the Bowery Electric. And I got news for you. Let me tell you something about this show. Right here. No redeeming social value. The Take. Incendiary Device. It's going to jump off tonight. Live Fast, Die Fast, and Slashers. This is happening the next day. Don Foos is going to come up with us. Incendiary Device. It's going to jump off tonight.
Nice.
And I say something too, you know, to all everybody living in the New York area, don't take these shows for granted, you know? Like I'm up here on Cape Cod. I see these things. I'm like, I can't make it down to every one. You guys are so fucking lucky to have this. You guys should be out at every single show. Don't take it for granted.
I'll co-sign on that, man. I got to admit, Drew is putting together these great shows. That's an amazing bill. I'll definitely be there on the 16th. Great, another great bill.
I want to say this. I'm making fun and we're laughing about September 11th, but motherfuckers, you better think about October 16th. If anybody books a show on top of this show, I swear to God, there's going to be, I'll make it fucking rain in here, man.
That's it.
Seriously. See that date, October 16th? Don't fuck with it.
And shout out to Vlad too. He's doing some really creative things over at Organic Grill, like tying in music and community and like having the book signing. He had a talk over the weekend with Walter Schreifels. It was a really
I heard
nice
that was
day.
great.
Yeah. It was amazing. Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah. You know what? Hold on a second. What is this? What did you say?
I said nothing. I'm watching.
I heard you from here. I heard you from here, bro.
Yo, what did I say? Nothing. Me, I was thinking.
Yo, look. Aaron's representing, bro.
I see that. I see that, man. It's been an excellent show, man. I like
chaos, bro.
With my friends because you kind of like what Aaron was saying before. I was really enjoying the way, like, what grew us up and the cultures that we made us crazy the way we are. We're doing that now, but we don't realize it. Future generations are going to look back and everything we did is going to make sense. It's more than just taking your piss. We really lived life for a reason, you know. We didn't live fast and die young. We're old. I mean, here we are, you know, 55-year-old punk rockers.
I think I understand what you just
55.
said. I think I understand what you just said.
It's been a great show. Even Angelo. Look, Angelo's always been like the circus ring. He's like a Jimmy Gestapo of the West Coast.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he was the dude that would get in the pit with us, and like there was no disconnection with the band. You know, it's just
dude's a lifer. He really very much so. That's a great analogy. You know, he really is like a West Coast Jimmy. For us guys that know Jimmy more personally, very similar. They're both all over the place, but so lovable. And straight up, two of the best frontmen I've ever been around. I've been around a lot of good ones, played with a lot of good ones. I consider myself honored to have played with those, two guys, man. They're two of the greatest.
Hey,
Absolutely.
I found a great, I think this is a Murphy's Law shot, right? Aaron?
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's you, Rat, right?
No, that ain't me, is it? Oh yeah,
I thought that was you.
Yeah.
There's one with Rat in there that I gave you. There is definitely one with Rat.
I love the look on your face in this picture.
I represented hard, man.
I thought that might have been Rat right there.
No, I think it is, man. It's got my tattoos, bro.
Oh, I think it is.
That's me. Yeah.
That's what listen, man. Am I the only fucking guy that pays attention here or what?
There's another one with Rat Bones where we're all up on the mic fucking on one of those pictures. It's pretty. I thought you were going to show that one.
I know the one you're talking about. You're talking about this one? I don't see Rat Bones in this one.
It's a black and white, I think.
We've had some episodes.
Not this one, right?
It's one of those, but in black and white.
I like the dude holding his sunglasses. he's like, let me take my sunglasses off, and that's kind of great. Man.
Yeah, Rat Bones has come to so many of my shows, and we always had each other's back. Me and him have both, I think, understand we've been through our ups and downs like a roller coaster ride, like the New York hardcore scene can be, and we always had each other's back, whether we were doing well or not. And I really got love for Rat Bones.
Me too. I love you, Aaron.
Rat Bones get some love on today's show.
I wanted to say, Aaron, too, heartfelt from the heart, bro.
No doubt, brother.
I learned this a lot on this show too. Nobody's where they're at by accident in this game. Like, people have talent, and to not even know that you were in white trash and want to jock you because you were famous and all that, but you carry it through, and I can see how Butterbrain is that extension of your love for music. And you also taught me to get outside of introduce myself and really learn to love other people, just not in the punk scene. You go outside to the folks that are really loving music, and I really dig that about you, man. You're a cool cat, Aaron. You're one of the coolest out here.
Back at you, brother. You've always been a real cat.
Hey, whose shoulders are you on here?
That is Chris Bonetto's from Everybody
Fit
Gets
of Anger?
No, from Everybody Gets Hurt.
Ah, right.
Astoria guys.
Oh, yeah.
And EGH. And I remember that one clearly, even though a lot of drinking and drugging back then. But that was at the Chance, in the big room at the Chance in the downstairs.
Who was playing? Murphy's Law?
That's Murphy's Law, yeah.
The Chance is still up there, man.
I love those shots.
Yeah.
Like it's just chaos.
Yeah.
Like, what is even happening? You know
I remember that one clearly, yeah.
That's great.
Let me see if I have any other conversation points while everybody's here. How about this? You know what? Okay, I'll start with this. On Saturday, September 19th, after the big photography show at the C Squat, I have to dig up the flyer. We're doing
it's the 17th, Drew. The 17th.
What did I say?
The 19th.
September 17th, at the infamous. How can I even explain Mother Pugs in Staten Island? In the Taj Mahal of venues of Staten Island, we'll be playing. There's this outdoor stage, and we're doing this is quite a lineup. Sworn Enemies headlining. Cropsy, talk about bunch of Staten Island. What do you want to tell you? It's a bunch of Staten Island shit. We're playing The Last Stand, blah, blah, blah. So this is for a good cause. It is for it's a cancer benefit. And I also want to put the flyer up for the C Squat event, the photography event. That would be this. Come check out the photos of these guys during the day, and then come on out to Staten Island to hear some of the aggressive American hardcore music.
That's the plan.
Yep. On Saturday, September 17th, a photography exhibition of hardcore, punk rock, heavy metal, and more with Rich Zoller, Stephen J. Messina, and Tim Daly. Shaolin represent. Yeah.
That's going to be a great show. That's going to be great.
There might even be some secret special guests rolling through. So not only do you get to see their great photos throughout the years, you don't know who you might bump into over there.
Yeah, support these guys. This is cool.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Drew, can I make one
They've been
announcement
supporting you
on
for
top of that
years.
real quick? Can I make one announcement on top of that?
Yeah.
I was going to do a sale this year on September 17th. I was doing it. I announced it on the show. I want to be part of the festivities. That's my birthday weekend. You better get me a cake or something for your little talk with Paris, bring me on and give me. I usually throw shows for my birthday. This year, I'm 55, whatever. I'm just happy to be here.
Bro, how many times are you going to tell us you're 55, dude?
So you all motherfuckers get me something when you joke.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm 55. Jesus, man.
Hey, so what? You already made it to 55. Good for you, but I'm proud to make it. I've been through some shit, Drew.
What are you drinking? Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola, buddy.
Yeah, keep drinking that rot gut, bro.
It doesn't do nothing to me.
He made it to 55 with that.
Yeah, man.
Nah, Rat Bones has his.
I have a happy life,
In between episodes.
Nah, I don't really know what you're talking about, but
Listen, I'm glad you're here, Rat.
Bro, I'm a grown man. I can, I can hold it down. Don't worry.
Yeah, listen, how old are you, Aaron? Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing?
Nah, bro.
43.
I already know because I was at his birthday party last year.
There's no shame in my game. I hit the big 5-0 this past year. I'm going to be 51 next month at the Halloween birthday party.
Shouting out hardcore photographer extraordinaire Rich Zoller.
Oh, what's up, Zoller?
Shout out to all those dudes. I'm glad they're doing that show. They've all been sending all of us great pictures for fucking years.
Columbia
do it for the
represent.
love, right? They do it
They've
for the
been
love of the
taking
game.
photos for like years. I don't know how they're gonna like, you know, get it down to like only like 30 photos or whatever, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, shouting out Jorge, Columbia represent. Yep, there you go. Spike Polite, you got shouted out already. Hey, Spike Polite, we got to get clear. We got to vote. We got to get. Listen, we got to get Spike Polite into the Hollywood Bowl. I don't know
Let's do
why
it.
I don't know why he wants to or thinks that he could play there. But listen,
Go for
let
it.
me tell you, Spike, bro.
I love
Take
that.
it from me, Spike. You don't want to play the Hollywood Bowl. Stay within the 5 boroughs. Just play crappy venues in New York City, like what we do, and you'll be fine. All right? Whatever you want, Spike, we'll make it happen. This is like Fantasy Island. We make your dreams come true.
Facts.
Facts. All right. Hey, Rat, you want to Rat? I love you, bro. You want to shout
Yeah,
anybody
I
out?
want
Hey,
that
yo,
one shout
hey,
out.
Rat.
I don't get Sunday.
Hey, Rat, wait, Rat.
What's up?
Sad. We're losing these kids from
It's
these
very
kids.
sad, bro. It's very sad, you know. It's they ain't looking out for each other, you know, like we did. They're just a different breed. It's just different. As society goes, it gets harder and harder. People get more violent. Everything. We're watching it, you know. But I want to keep it light because it's a fun show, and I just want Aaron to know if they need a frog guy on the captures next time out.
We Frog Guy is always welcome, Rat Bones.
And I want to give a shout out to Larry Kelly for giving me this awesome antidote hat, which today I washed. It's got a little bit of, but I washed it, and look at that brim in the dryer, in the washing machine. Adorable.
Hey, bro, you know,
what?
that hat will get you nothing but grief at this stage. We even changed the name of the band because we were so sick of hearing it.
I'm like you see, it's a white hat. I'm like a white light. I could bring it a good name back to it. Don't worry.
All right, Rat. I'm gonna
go at the end when all that was going on.
How about an outro? You ready for your outro?
Hit him up.
Good God.
We need like an intro, outro, Laura.
You do?
Yeah, we need somebody write us a song.
Butterbrain will write. Me and Drew will write one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play you one right now. All right, Gina, Lori Dawn, Women of the Pit, thank you so much. And I
Love
guess,
you guys.
Lori, we're going to see you up in Salem, Massachusetts.
Yes, you will. I was going to shout them out. I was going to shout out, you know, Bridge 9, congratulations on your brick and mortar store.
Yep.
Opening up in Beverly to the public on September 10th. So
I'm coming up there with my one and only, and we're gonna.
I can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. We're coming up. For those that don't know what we're talking about, Bridge 9 Records is having their opening of the Bridge and Mortar store. Of course, Chris Wren and his cohort Larry Kelly really put a lot of work.
Built-ins and record bins and shelves, gorgeous.
Yeah, Larry did a lot of custom work up there. He's really proud of that. I've seen some of the pictures. It's beautiful.
We love those guys. We love Larry. We love Chris Wren. You know, he's put out our stuff, and I'm friends with him, and so we're coming up there to support and looking forward to seeing everybody. So I'll see you later, Gina. I'll see you later, Lori.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Bye, Aaron.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Woo.
It's like a fucking smorgasbord today.
I knew it, bro. I knew it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on? This picture made me laugh, bro, when I saw this picture. What's going on here, bro? What's going on here, bro?
That is a Scarhead promo shot from one of the last tours, the last days of tour. That tour was fucking.
Bro, look at this lineup.
Yeah.
E, Matty Pasta,
yeah.
right? You, Eddie Sutton from Leeway.
Yeah.
And how did you drag Larry into it? Larry's playing drums. That's Sick of It All's manager,
Yep.
Brooklyn Larry, playing drums.
And don't forget AK Rodriguez on there.
Right. And AK on the left. Right.
Yes. Yeah. Well, great time, great lineup. Love all those guys. Totally chaotic tour. You know, that's all Isaac, man. Fucking he. In a real talk that I've learned a lot from Isaac and Jimmy on about how to conduct business. Like maybe not business, but band business. They both besides being like great frontmen, those guys, they're lifers, man, and they kind of got me to step up my game and in a position of running a band with Butterbrain, which kind of is, what I'm called on to do. Like I take a lot of lessons that I learned from those guys, and that's all Isaac putting those dudes together. His charisma got probably Eddie to do that tour, and I know Eddie's. First of all, I hope he's feeling okay. I haven't really kept up with him too much, but it seems like he's on the mend and doing shows again. But I really bonded with that dude on the tour, and I got nothing but love for him. I've heard a lot of crazy stories over the years, but my interactions with Eddie are nothing but nothing but great.
Good. And so here is this. Now I know Butterbrain has a couple of moving parts.
Yes.
I mean it's that kind of a party. Yeah. And that's fine. You and I have talked about this. If the guitar player can't make it, you make the call to the other guy. If this guy, but the bottom line is it's not four guys. If one guy can't do it, you can't play. So Butterbrain has the capability to play. Hey, if a guy or two can't make it, then we'll do it without the horn, which is good. But this seems to be like this is the main lineup.
That's pretty much like the most solid latest lineup. That's about.
Hey, there he is, yo. There's AK.
What's
up? What's up, Ray?
So regarding that question, for the most part, what is it? 8 of us in there. That's about the most of us you're going to get in one picture. Yeah. We're kind of missing one of our sax players who's part-time guy, and but there's another trombone player that is kind of splits time with our current guy who's in this picture now, Carl Reinley. But you know what? I wasn't operating like that for a while, and when I say I learned from Jimmy and Isaac and guys like that, it applied to me with this case scenario because for a long time, these are some of my best friends and my crew, that I wrote, I love these guys to death. But the reality is, some of them have families, some of them 9 to 5, and it just wasn't going to be possible to keep the band rolling like full time on the schedules that everybody. When you get 9 guys' schedules together and a lot of weekends are devoted to other shit, I realized the only way I was going to keep this rolling was to mix and match. So that's the core group. I love those guys with all my heart. I never want to do a show without any one of them. But the reality is, yes, we do have some moving parts at this point.
Now, let me see. We were definitely waltzing down memory lane with White Trash before. Now, to my eye, there are 5 ex-members of White Trash in this band.
Yes, Mike Caldarella, the drummer, all the way right.
Yeah.
And really, and two others, the 2 horn players.
Okay.
Back middle, Chris RBC and Brendan, who are also instrumental in the vocals of Butterbrain. So part of the new recordings, some of the old ones was trying to make room for kind of getting away from the mic and giving room to these guys. Mostly Sally. She's kind of like become the voice of the band. And then Chris RBC and Brendan Stiles, the alto sax and trumpet player from White Trash, were basically also writing, singing. So my vision for Butterbrain was more like a Fishbone kind of vibe, like to mix it up, to have them get more involved. Sure. And that the new album has a lot of that.
Sure. And let me see. Oh yeah, I like this one, man. I like this shot because of course this one is taken at our beloved A7, right? When Butter,
That's a
this
good
was
one.
like the first show you played. I booked the first show you guys did, right?
Yeah, you know what? We did a reuniting thing for like this art event up in Harlem through a guy we know who runs like an event, an art space, like a charity space. Linked back up, and you know, we start. Hey, I got this music, I got that. Hey, let's get back in the studio. We put out a 5-song EP. Sally came on as a guest, and this was one of the first show. This is our first show that we did together back with Butterbrain. I think it was like a Christmas time one.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
love the A7, you know, birthplace of New York hardcore plaque looming in the background.
It's a beautiful. That's a great shot, but I'm pretty sure that's a Steve Messina shot. You know, so he does great photos for you over there. Yep, that you know, we love playing that place. We love doing Bowery Electric. You know, we thank you for always having us on. We got the other one coming up with you and 24/7 Spies on the 24th.
Yeah,
So-
let me put that flyer up. Here's another. You know what I love about this shot here? I love on the left there. You see the look on Heggs's face and on Joanna's face too. I saw Joanna the other night at the Anthrax Hatebreed show.
Yeah, you know, I saw pictures she posted about it.
Yeah,
That's a great friend of Sally's and a fellow Queens native, Bayside.
That's
Fresh Metals connection.
That's a hard Queens gal right there. Man.
She, you know what? Nothing but love for Joanna. And
hard.
That is one of my favorite Butterbrain pictures.
Joanna's harder than like 90% of the dudes in the hardcore scene.
I can't argue that.
Yeah. Actually, thank you. Yeah, thank you for bringing it up. On Saturday, September 24th, in our beloved Tompkins Square Park, it's a free show, starting at 2:00 with Butterbrain, Incendiary Device. It's gonna jump off tonight. Hardcore acoustic with our friend from Gogo Bordello, Eugene Hutz, Rebelmatic, and 24/7 Spies. This is a cool bill, man.
Agree. Once again, you've done it once again, and you know, we're excited to be on this bill. You know, you've been putting killer bills together that mix and match, like, you know, some different types of music, but that seem to work together. So you got a knack for it, bro. I'm excited for this one too.
This one, I definitely look. We're the only, like, I don't want to say hardcore band on the bill, but because Rebelmatic has a lot of those elements, you know. But this is a good one, and let's just hope for good weather, man. You know.
Yeah, no doubt. Fuck. It's a rain or shine event? I'm assuming. So it's
no. If it's pouring, we ain't getting out in the park.
Yeah, okay.
If it's friggin' pouring, we're not setting up a stage with electrical equipment, you know. But last time it was supposed to rain, I moved it to the Bowery Electric, and it didn't rain. It ended up not raining.
So we don't have the Bowery Electric as a backup for this one, or not?
I don't know.
Well, fucking let's make it happen.
You know, I'm like,
the gods have been good to me. I've been doing a lot of outdoor shit with Butterbrain this whole summer, so I should keep my mouth shut. But so far, we've had beautiful weather for like almost everyone. Like, we're doing another one in Rockaway here this Saturday, September 3rd, at a place called Chronicles, the oldest bar in Rockaway.
Hey, kind of going backwards a little bit. What's going on in this picture here?
I wasn't sure if you were going to post these.
No, I want to talk about this. Go ahead. What's going on?
So do I, man. Fucking great. So that's Chris RBC, Butterbrain, and White Trash, me, Gary Sharon from Extreme.
Oh, that's who that is. That's Gary Sharon.
Dave Alvin from White Trash, Nuno Betancourt from Extreme, and Dave Barker, the second drummer for White Trash, and one of my close buddies.
That's Nuno Betancourt, second from the right.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't even recognize him. I didn't recognize him or Gary Sharon. I thought that was just friggin' White. I thought that was the band, and that was gonna segue into like, yo, what were you guys doing? And then I got this. Right? You guys were playing one of these like
charity basketball. Yeah.
No. I thought it was the Rock Cruise.
Yeah. Sorry. That we got invited right at before the pandemic. It's literally the last show we did before the pandemic was we got invited on this Monsters of Rock cruise, and we hadn't played much because my brother had passed. We're kind of in a dead period, and basically we got asked to do this. I see the comment. Nuno is a fucking killer guitarist.
Always.
He blew me away live. I had no idea. Probably
course.
one of the best live guitar players I've ever seen. Like
Of
blown
course.
away by extreme.
Yeah, that dude's nuts. Yeah.
So we got invited to do this bill with, like, as you can see, it's kind of like more of the B level, like hair 80s bands.
Yeah, but can we reel off a couple? Let me reel off a couple of highlights. Black and Blue, Doro, our homegirl Doro is on the bill. A lover of New York hardcore. Doro, Faster Pussycat. Tammy's an old friend. We love Faster Pussycat. Hardcore Superstar, they rip.
They did.
King's X, Lynch Mob, which means you got to see George Lynch play, right? Yeah. Ron Keel, right? That's a good one. Wow. The Choir Boys, Vixen, White Trash. Wow. What is this? How many days was this thing?
So it's a 3-day thing. It says on the bottom it went to like a 5-day thing.
So you're on the boat for 5 days?
So to answer your question, I did not see George Lynch or all the artists, because what happens is each band does 2 shows. There's like stages all over. It's fucking pretty awesome, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's stages all over, from giant main stages. There's a poolside stage, which I really wanted to play, but we weren't on that. We were in like a main stage one night and like a small room the other night. So they have a varying levels of rooms, and there's bands all day and night throughout the cruise. So each band does 2 shows. It was impossible to catch up with all of them.
Yeah.
Kicks is one of my old school.
So wait, you sent me a couple pictures, and like I didn't know who. So
they're all celebrity dudes.
Who's this?
That's Steve Whitman, the singer for Kicks.
That's what I thought.
I'm glad he posted that. Those guys were one of my earliest musical influences. They were a huge influence on White Trash. They don't get it. They don't get as much love and shine. They're like original rock and roll party band, and they fucking still crush it. They were awesome. One of those bands that's like all original members, almost all original members, and still killing it. They did it. They played the pool stage, so it was an honor for me to play with them. Kicks, Tesla, and Extreme were the bands.
Who's this? Is this dude from Tesla?
Yes, that's Troy Licata from Tesla, the drummer for Tesla. Amazing drummer.
Yeah. I recognized him. Yeah. And then one more. Who is? At first, I thought this was Tom Schultz from Boston, but
it's the singer for Tesla.
Right.
I'm gonna Jeff Keith, I think is his name. I feel like
Tesla was a cool band. They got lumped in with those hair bands, but they weren't a hair band. Tesla was like a great rock band.
Let me tell you something, man. I mean, White Trash kind of got lumped in with that too, but I was just saying, Tesla, Extreme, Kicks. I mean, these guys have been doing it for like same way in the hardcore scene. When I watched these guys play, they were dialed into a level that, like, like I don't know who you would say on like our scene, but like Bad Brains or it was like watching pro. I was humbled, and to be honest, like I've been playing so much punk rock and off the hair metal scene for a minute that like I wasn't really dialed in. It was great to get invited and have fun on the cruise and whatnot.
Does this happen once in a while? Like White Trash gets invited to something like that, and you kind of pull it back together for it.
That's kind of where we're at nowadays. But we've had some music on the back burner. I've had my hands full with Butterbrain. Everybody's got like some family shit going on. The pandemic happened, but we've got stuff on the back burner, and I'm ready and itching to get a new White Trash record going. We might do a holiday release. We got like a little Christmas song. Cool. So sarcastic Christmas song.
Somebody posted in the when we were talking, I think about Scarhead, maybe somebody was like, when they played Columbia, it was Off the Hook, and you sent me this picture, and I was like thinking, where is this from? And I sort of looked at everybody's faces, and my guess is like, is this South America?
It's Colombia. That's Bogota, Colombia. that it was a great couple of shows out there. That throughout the course of some of the band stuff, you get these like show offers like that was 2 days in Colombia. It was Bogota and Medellin. As AK Rodriguez says, Colombia was insane. I mean, this show was a free for all. It was like, they let the fucking dogs loose, and there's some video footage of it, and like the crowd just rushed the stage, and you could see I was fucking stage dove, and it was like fucking, in a sea of fucking, of bodies, and I love doing that shit, especially with the guitar. But it's hard to play when when I'm singing. I love getting rid of the bass and getting the mic with Butterbrain, because then I got freedom to roam. But like with the bass, I stage diving with the bass is a little fucking, you got to fucking dodge and duck and shit. But I love it, and the crowds out there were insane. We went out to Medellin after that, and another great show. It was like an abandoned train station. It was all dark and fucking fucking rave. Like it looked like a Colombian rave. Wow. A lot of drinking, a lot of drugging back then, and it was like a blur, but a beautiful blur.
Yeah, oversold and huge. That reminds me, you and I have a show together coming up.
I was waiting for you to mention. Yeah.
Why would I want to talk about myself, for Christ's sake?
Well, I wasn't, to be honest with you, I wasn't sure if it was like I wasn't going to bring it up.
It's not a public show. Somebody's having a birthday party. It's a VIP only
private event.
Yeah, and I'm dusting off the Drew Stone Hit Squad, and you're going to be playing bass. So
absolutely.
And then hopefully maybe after that we'll move forward and do some other things.
Yeah, man. Me and you have this won't be the first time we've done it. Yeah. We did one on the fly for Richie Upstate's benefit.
Yeah.
Literally.
And then we did it together. You and I played some songs together at the Coley Island Brewery that time.
That's right. We did.
Yeah, we did it twice. This is why this guitar here, I've been playing, trying to get my fingers, like when you don't play guitar for a while, as you know, man, you gotta, I'm trying to like play every day. So, I'm not dying when it comes gig time, but
I shouldn't let out my secret, but I really don't practice much.
You don't need to, bro. Listen, you don't need to. You're a natural talent. I'm not. So I got to practice.
I appreciate that. I think more than natural talent. I kind of grew up with it around. I started at an early age, so it's kind of ingrained. But I got to be honest. Like for me, a lot of people hit me up on that. Even you, like asking for pictures with the bass today. I have more fun like writing and getting behind the mic, even though I'm not a great singer. I love playing bass, but I like the songwriting, the process of that stuff, the creativity behind doing videos. That's more where my passion lies. Like I get kind of sick of playing bass in bands, to be honest.
Hey, let me take my last sponsor break, and then let's come back and have some more fun, and we'll take questions from around the world. Okay. Get your questions ready, you friggin' bums. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, and we are sponsored by blah, 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 and Grunge and Grime Soap Company. They're a handmade soap and skincare company with a rock and roll spirit based in Nashville, Tennessee. They combine their love for rock music and their love for creating products that are good for your skin and good for your soul. Since the year of our Lord, 2019, they've been creating high-quality, natural, handmade soaps and skincare products with ethically sourced and sustainable ingredients. They give 10% of their net proceeds to local and community outreach programs. Visit the website at www.grungeandgrime.com and enter the code DREW, that's DREW, to get 20% off your first order. Also, lest we forget, DTFM Vinyl Distro is a record store that specializes in underground music, punk, ska, hardcore, metal, and more, located in the heart of Fargo, North Dakota's industrial district. Shop in person or online at www.dtfmvinyldistrict.com, where the motto is death to false metal. Come on now. Last but not least, DeWolf Publishing is a completely independent publishing house formed by authors Amy Yates Wolfing and Stephen Lodovico in Philadelphia in 2014. To date, they've released 5 books with widely ranging topics, including graffiti culture, American ska and reggae, punk zine culture, and the be published memoir of Adrenaline OD. Their mission is to preserve and curate subculture and its history. Get your face out of that book. Get your face out of that phone and into a book at DeWolf Publishing. That said, speaking of DeWolf Publishing and speaking of the Adrenaline OD book that is coming out, yes, on Friday, November 4th at the Bowery Electric. This show's not free. If you want to come to the show, you better take your yarmulke off and buy a goddamn ticket, for Christ's sake. All right? I do enough free shows. All right? They all can't be free. Come on down to the Bowery Electric on Friday, November 4th. AOD is playing. The last time it's sold out. This show is ticket sales are brisk, so you might want to buy a ticket. This is a celebrating the release of, if it's Tuesday, this must be Walla Walla, The Wacky History of Adrenaline OD. It's a book signing. Adrenaline OD is playing. Fear of Gods is playing, and Incendiary Device, it is going to jump off tonight, are playing as well. So come on down, Adrenaline OD on November 4th. Also, want to mention the next 4 shows coming up on the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Wednesday, September 28th, Yana Chupenko from Wench, Shiny Mama, and PMS Old School New York Hardcore in the house. Sunday, October 2nd, Mr. Troy Gregory from Flotsam Jetsam, formerly Killing Joke, Prong, and a couple of others. Speaking of Canada, Adam Sewell will be on the show October 12th. A very interesting character. He was in Monster Voodoo Machine. Me and Paris did a video for them back today. And then he got into band management. He managed Motorhead and a bunch of other people. This is a great music business guy. Should be a great show. And just announced this one on Wednesday, October 19th. Formerly of The Exploited, Billy Bio and Certain Death. Robbie Steve Davidson will be on the show. He has a new film called Dick Dynamite 1944. So there's lots of things going on. A bunch of very cool people coming on the show. You know what? I want to mention also that we are going Incendiary Device. It's going to jump off tonight. We're playing Out West, our first show ever out West on Saturday, October 8th in Seattle, Washington, with our good friends in Fang at Lucky Liquor. So come on out to that. We're also playing Crash Fest the next day. Crash Fest is going to be a blast. We're playing Crash Fest with Doug and the Slugs and The Take and a couple others. That is in the Bossa Nova Ballroom in Portland. We are playing Sunday, October 9th. So we're coming out west, and we hope to see you if you are out there, if you dare. How about some questions for our guest, Mr. Aaron Collins, currently of Butterbrain, formerly of White Trash, and many others. So let's bring him back on. Let's see what we got here. Hold on.
Bring it on.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. Straight up sick bassist. Okay.
Chico.
Yeah. Jorge says about the Columbia thing. The promoter didn't give a damn at the end and let all people outside in, like 800 people in a 400 capacity room. You know what? Good for that promoter, man.
I tell Jorge the same thing. Like Jorge was kind of looking out for us, having been in New York and friends with Isaac and friends with me a bit. So like he was taking our interest. So it was a bit of a free for all, but as a performer, I loved it. It was like fucking total chaos. As you can see in the picture, it was like a fairly small room, like a room that holds like 400 or 500, and it was packed to the rim, like to the rafters. It was great.
Cool. Crazy. This is a good one. Crazier front man you played for, Jimmy G or Danny Diablo.
That is a fucking great. That might be the best question I've ever asked in my life.
Yeah, you know, like wow, it's like apples and oranges.
I was
right?
just gonna say apples and oranges.
Yeah.
But both crazy in their own
Yeah.
ways. Jimmy, musically, I kind of fit a little more like with Murphy's Law, coming from a rock
Yeah.
punk world.
Yeah.
And you know, Jimmy's just a fucking, you know, a showman that's dialed in. But then it's kind of like, you know, he leaves it all on stage, you know, and then he's one of a kind. Isaac was more, we had more of a friendship bond. We met playing basketball, like in Queens. He was dating a girl from my neighborhood. So we kind of bonded like before the music. And, you know, I think, you know, we're more similar in age. So it's more of a friendship, tighter friendship with Isaac because we rolled together a little more. But they're both fucking nuts, man. And like I said, I learned from their nuttiness, man. Like those guys, the show must go on. You got to keep the ball rolling. And I would see guys get knocked out, fly home from a tour like the next day, and someone else is up to bat. So, you know, that's not how I roll. You know, you know I ain't knocking anybody out. You know, but unless it's absolutely necessary, or I have self-defending myself. But it has to be like, you know, for a band to can succeed or have, you know, if you're really bad about it, you got to keep the train moving. The show must go on. But if a band,
you know who first hipped me to that was Roger Moret with Agnostic Front. He's the first guy that's like, this guy, for whatever the reason's out, let's get the next guy. Roger Moret was the first guy, I think in New York hardcore that was like, this dude's out, this dude's in, let's go. That guy's out, this guy's in, let's go.
Maybe he's before my time set the trend on that. But you know, from an outsider's point of view, you'd think Jimmy, with like, you know, Murphy's Law has like, you know, probably a laundry list of 1,000 members, from top-notch players to fucking bottom-level players that he's got a reputation for. But I will say, I've never seen Isaac walked into the studio with pre-production for recording an album like 2 days later with nothing was ready to go. So me, Zach, and Riggs, you know, Matty Pasta was involved. We literally fucking like were put on the spot, like, let's make a record in 2 days. Not to mention we were all out of our fucking minds. But that it might be one of the best Scarhead records.
Something can be said for that too. I mean, interestingly enough, it's like there's a couple ways to go about it. You know, do all your homework and go in there super prepared, right?
Yeah.
Or just go in there and under the gun, under the pressure, make the creativity happen. That could go bad.
Well, Isaac is all about that. And you know, some people give Isaac like a little bit of a rap, like AK was right there for all. AK was there, so he could attest, and it was dope. It might be my favorite Scarhead record. It's the Drugs, Music, Sex record. But what was I going to say?
But wait, I got one for you right here. This photo, we just had Goaty on the show, right?
Yeah,
and this photo came up on that show also.
Yes.
And I guess it's you on the left, Goat in the middle,
yes,
and E on the right. And I was like, what is this? Is this
you guys are missing one important thing. There's someone you all know in the back over there.
Whose feet are like?
Take a guess. I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Whose feet that is?
I'll give you a hint. Madball.
Mitts?
Yep.
Yeah, look at those. Look at I can see from the size of those calves, you know?
The Mitts could apply to his feet as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how we were rolling back then, straight up. I mean, it was, you know, and I was coming out of the white trash days. Well, we didn't have a cushy, but we had hotel rooms. We had, we had two guys to a room, so you had your own bed.
We didn't have a cushy, but we weren't sleeping on top of each other like friggin' animals, like a concentration camp.
I think a lot of those people, like in my circle, like with white trash and you know, my close network, were like, what the fuck is this guy doing? But I was about it, man. I realized, like, at a young age that I tried a couple other things. I tried a couple of half-ass jobs, and you know, I realized I was going to do whatever it takes to play music as
You're a
as a
musician,
career.
Man.
to be a lifer. Yeah, it's
You're
what makes me
legit.
happy.
Okay, so Astoria Lou asks, Brighton Beach or Rockaway Beach?
Ha! Man, you guys are fucking asking. Those are like two of the fucking hardest questions. You know, I live in Rockaway Beach. I'm getting acclimated to Rockaway Beach, but I'm going to say Brighton Beach.
Really?
Yeah.
So wait a second. This ties in with that question. All right, here, this photo.
Louis, tough question, man. It got me.
And by the way, me and Lou and Mark Levine and and Rochelle, we're going to be out at the beach on Saturday if you're around.
We're gigging at Connolly's. At Simon's playing at 5 solo.
Listen, bro. Listen, let's get something straight, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have. If you're playing at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not fucking going, bro.
No. It's early.
Like if you're gonna play before, like, if you're gonna play at like 7, 8, 9, I'll watch you for 15 minutes, bro.
It's 6:30, but don't even worry about that. I was gonna say I'm gonna have a few heads over for every time
Simon's playing first.
Simon's playing at 5, so
Simon, I'd like to see Simon play.
He's fantastic solo too. He's fucking great.
And you're playing after Simon?
Butterbrain after Simon at 6:30.
That sounds reasonable.
Like 5 to 6, half-hour gap.
Saturday night?
Yes, but listen,
at Connolly's?
At Connolly's, outdoors. Unless it rains inside, I might have jinxed my run of good weather fucking on the show, but
no. Listen, well, I'm all about it, dude.
I'll hit you up after. We're gonna have a little pregame. Every time we play Rockaway, I fucking have a little barbecue at the crib beforehand.
Well, listen, what we're gonna do is we're all gonna come out. We're gonna go to Mark's, and then we'll walk down the beach and see you play.
Perfect.
All right.
My door is always open, brother.
So, looks like you got your surf outfit on here, right?
Yes.
And this is the winter surf outfit, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, so this is this a dry suit?
I believe it's called a wetsuit. I don't know. I wouldn't even know what the difference between a dry and wet-suit is.
I think a dry suit is for extreme cold. I think, but this covers your head, right?
This is a 7 or a 6.54, I think, wetsuit. The millimeters is the level of protection, and a hooded one. So yeah, man, you'd be surprised. I mean, you got to glove up. I don't have my gloves on there, but you got to glove up. You got to fucking boot up.
And you're out surfing in this shit.
I am. About 3 years now that I've been doing the winter. I'll be honest. Juan, the guitar player for Butterbrain, he's been living out here for like 20 years, since like right around 9/11. We live a couple of blocks away now, which is great. He's the real surfer.
Well, Simon's always out there too.
We've all surfed together. Simon's. Yeah. So me and my boy live a couple of blocks, so it's usually me and him in our area. Simon's by the main beach, but we've crossed paths several times. I just took an open ocean swim with Simon. Like he does a beach cleanup on Monday, and there's been shark sightings.
You took an open ocean swim with all those shark sightings out there?
Yeah, I did, man. We did a beach cleanup. I was coming from my fantasy football draft too, with like 4 hours sleep, which ended up being totally chaotic. I had promised Simon that I would meet him on the beach for a beach cleanup. I'm trying to honor my commitments these days, and so I showed up with little sleep, and I had like an hour to spare. We said, let's get it in the water. We did a couple last year. He gets a little. He's like the mayor over here, Simon. He's like,
I know, yeah.
He's the man over here. So he organizes this little crew, and we went out.
I saw that. I saw he does a cleanup. Here's one from Thomas Starkey. Best club for 90s second wave hardcore: Wetlands, Bond Street Cafe, or Castle Heights?
Well, I don't know what to me. Coney Island High you should put on that list. I don't know if that counts as 90s second wave.
It does.
That would be the top of my list.
Yeah.
I wasn't really part of the Wetlands scene. I wasn't that much part of the Bond Street Cafe scene. Was more of like towards the end of my white trash days, like. And Castle Heights, hometown Queen shit. So I'd have to put that at the top of those three.
Yeah, I got to send you some flyers. I'm working on the next volume of the New York Hardcore Chronicles book, and it's all flyers from 1990 to 99.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Gotta Got to get some comments from you.
I didn't know how far you want to go, but I got some pretty cool white trash ones, like with Circus of Power and New Year's Eve. I think we opened in like 87, 88.
Nice.
At Bond Street, I believe.
Wow.
We got some cool ones. I think one with Rob Zombie.
All right, I'll get with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have flyers already from maybe you could give me. I got from Coney Island High and all that.
I'm not the best saver of that shit, but I'll see.
No. I need comments. Listen, I have all the flyers I need.
Okay.
It's just like, yo, here's a flyer. Oh, I remember that, or whatever.
No doubt. Yeah.
Here's another cool photo. I'm assuming this is Murphy's Law. At Dynamo 1999.
Yep, that's in Amsterdam. I think we pulled over, we stopped somewhere and saw, an advertisement for the show. That's another one.
Is this the Murphy's Law band here? I don't recognize some of these guys.
Well, that's Jimmy on the left. That's Pokey on the bottom.
Oh, I didn't even recognize Pokey, man.
Yeah, that's fucking Pokey.
Wow.
And Ben Shapiro. They called him Benny Schmertz. One of the. He was an amazing guitar player.
I did not recognize Pokey.
Ben had a little bit of a run with the band, but he was amazing, man. He was like one of the best guitar players I've ever played with.
And was that a 4-piece?
And it's me on the right. Yeah, I think it's a 4-piece at that. Raven wasn't with us on that tour. Yep.
Wow.
And that was the big show. The Dynamo was the third show of the tour, and I went out with Jimmy and Steve Pass in Amsterdam. Steve Pass turned green that day, and God rest his soul. It was us three, the last man standing. We went straight from a Belgian gig. We got into a fight with the club where they didn't have the right sleeping room for us, like European sleeping room. So we had a hotel waiting for us in Amsterdam. We said, fuck it, let's drive straight through, on whatever enhancements we were on. We got to Amsterdam, and Jimmy said, fuck it, I'm going straight out. Rest of the band fucking hit the sheets, and for 2 days before the show, me, Jimmy, and Pass went out. Pass ended up going back, and it was me and Jimmy, last man standing in Amsterdam, and I blew all my money that I brought with me on the third day of tour.
Oh, you blew your money in Amsterdam, huh?
On the third day of tour. I had to go fucking a month through Europe, fucking, hey guys, can I borrow a couple of pounds? Some euro.
Ramon asks, any more White Owl NYC music?
Wow, man, there's good questions coming out here. I've been so busy with Butterbrain and so many different projects coming up, but that is on my plate. I have music sitting there, like half an album ready to go. I have one single that I think I'm gonna have to let loose and do some kind of video for. That's the Captures right there. But you know what? I appreciate you asking about that. It's kind of under the radar, but I do have stuff in the works, ready to go. White Trash will probably take priority next, and then I plan to release some White Owl stuff some point in the next year.
About the Captures here, you are a member of the Captures somewhat, right?
Absolutely. Played percussion. Felipe, who is another, Murphy's
Law alumni.
Alumni. Hit me up asking to play bass, about a year or two ago for this project, and I was like, dude, I got my hands full. I would love to, but I was like, send me over some shit. I basically told him no. I got my hands full. So he sent me over some fucking rough mixes of what they were doing. I was like, dude, I fucking really dig it. I called him back and I said, yo, you know what? I'll do it. And he was like, well, I didn't think you were interested. So I called, so-and-so to play bass. I was like, shit. He's like, you play percussion? He's like, we're in the studio, end of the week. We need a percussion player. And I was like, I've played at parties and shit. I have a couple of congas. He's like, well, come down. I was like, I don't think I could really play with the band. He's like, well, come down. We need someone anyway, at least for the rehearsal. I went down to the rehearsal. He's like, dude, you're full time, man. We need you.
And it's an easy thing, right? You could just show up and play percussion. You don't have to sweat going to rehearsals and all that.
Exactly. Honestly, it's probably one of the most fun gigs I've ever had. I go there. Yeah. I love playing percussion anyway. I'm not technically a pro, but Felipe says that makes me sound a little different than the guys that try to do it by the book, because I'm just fucking, but I got rhythm. I'm a bass player, so I love doing it, and that's Felipe. Like as Butterbrain is kind of like my baby. That's Felipe's baby, so I don't have to stress.
Right.
Felipe does all the stress, and Jules do the stressing for that.
Yeah. Let's touch on this again, and it's kind of what brought us to the party, and maybe we'll take another peek at the video before we go. But what brought us here today was tell us about the new release and the collaboration, and bring us up to speed again.
Yeah, so basically, through Jeff Pliskin and Raised Fist propaganda, Angelo was coming down to New York as part of like his film fest. It happened twice that Jeff reached out and said, "Hey, can Angelo sit in with the band?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, of course." And I think it all started from that Classics vs. Classics cover we did for that dude Jast, who ended up engineering a bunch of the new recordings. So we did a Fishbone cover of the song "Ugly." And I think, we played it live a few times. I think Jeff caught wind of it. It indirectly got back to Angelo. Angelo came in to sit with the band. And it became like, like I said, like peanut butter and jelly, just kind of fit right in. So I asked him if he wanted to jump on one of the new songs we're tracking. He sent me a vocal track back, the one that we did. I kind of bum rushed him when he came back to town to do the video. I literally like kind of, bribed him with a dinner. Like I had me, Sally, and Chris from the band were sitting at Wit's End, the restaurant in Rockaway, right up the block from me, waiting for him to come. And then the flight was delayed. And Pliskin, was a gamer. He was like, "Hey, I'll bring him there, but I can't guarantee that he's going to shoot the video." I was like, "We need him on the fucking video if we're gonna pop the song first." And honestly, I basically sat him down to dinner. The owner locked the doors to the pub. I was like, "Hey, Angelo."
He's tough to corral, as we learned today, right?
Yeah. He's like a fucking wild bronco. You got to fucking catch him. But I asked him, and he was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." And as soon as Jeff turned that camera on, fucking the showman came out. He's really
he's great. He's
great. He's an entertainer. Yeah.
Listen, man, I remember seeing them play Lollapalooza. Like they were on the big stage. For a moment there, man, there was a moment where like Fishbone almost went over the top, almost went over the ball, man.
If anybody I've ever seen deserve that, it's him and them. But in a weird way, how this universe works, sometimes it's beautiful. Like bands like them and Murphy's Law, like maybe they're meant for a small few to enjoy it and really cherish. But they are one of probably the best live band I've ever seen. They're still killing it, like at their age. They're playing in New York next week. As you can see, as busy as Angelo is, he's fucking still doing it. They just got back from Japan. He's got like more energy than half the 20-year-olds that I know. And
he's got his Dr. Mad vibe thing too, man.
He's got his hands full, man. And the Dr. Mad vibe shit is dope. I mean,
it
might not be for everybody, but I love it.
Yeah, it's out there, man.
Yep.
It's out there.
I love it.
Yo, gotta post another Scarhead photo, right?
No,
there you go. What's going on here?
I'm glad you posted this one. There's another one.
I see Boston Mike. No, I see. Oh, I see. Is this H2O Scarhead?
That's H2O Scarhead tour. I see Chris Powerhouse there.
I see Mitz. I see Tony.
George Levels, Toby Morse.
Yep.
Little Tony.
Rusty sitting down.
Rusty sitting down front.
Goat on the right. Yep.
There's another one which I was hoping you would post, which had Ernie and Eddie Medina in it too, I think.
Is that this one? Yeah, that's it. I got it.
I'm pretty sure it was one of the last days of that tour.
I got it. Boom.
Yep, I think Eddie's cut out of that one. It might be in the next one. Eddie's in there, but Ernie's cut out.
Right.
But those guys showed us so much love on the West, because I think Eddie's coming on the show in a month or so.
Yeah, Eddie and Chris. Yep.
Huge Raider fan. We bonded over the fucking Raiders, and they had a big West Coast barbecue for us. And man, Eddie, rest in peace.
Yo, shouting out Jonathan Buskey. What up, White Owl? One of New York Hardcore's 4th-string hidden assassins. Much love.
Thank you,
wow,
Buskey.
Must be a slow day over there, Buskey. If you're swinging by this show, huh?
Is he slumming with us?
Well, sorry, Buskey.
I said Ernie. I meant Ernie. Rest in peace. And these guys, Para's still doing their thing, and that's my buddy Andrew Pakula from Larry Large from Flushing, Queens, Fresh Meadows, Queens. That had moved out to the West Coast, and that's one of the beautiful things about touring. Like you fucking run into your boys from 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and he had moved out of the neighborhood, and that's me and E.
That's Moon, right?
You know
I think
what?
That's Toby's wife.
I didn't even realize, but I think you might be right.
Yeah.
I can't tell. Yeah, fun times. H-Stro was graceful enough to take us, or generous enough to take Scarhead out on tour on the West Coast, and I don't know if that has ever happened again after that tour. Definitely a beer and water tour.
Look at this. Look at the hair. Look at the hair, the white trash hair going on here, huh?
You know what? Someone posted that somewhere, and it's one of my favorite white trash pictures. It's just like we look like fucking some Breakfast Club shit there with the.
No, it looks like It was white trash. Was white trash ever a 4-piece?
It was. So that this picture must go back to like 86,
this is like
87.
Yeah.
But when we were a 4-piece before we enlisted the horn section, which were basically my buddies from like high school jazz band class. I was picking off all the jazz band players in my high school.
From the right, that's Ethan, Dave, you, and
Mike, the current Butterbrain drummer. Yep. Who also worked for Q Prime Management for a long time.
Is that how and why you ended up with Q Prime?
No, that's how he ended up with Q Prime, because of we were with Q Prime. Really, Ross Elliott. It all goes back to Ross Elliott. He shopped the band, did that publishing deal, got us the record deal, and the dude fucking really did it. He had like a bidding war going on, over us, and top management. We blew everything. Of course, we were young kids with young, dumb, and full of cum, and we said fuck you to the label, the management, everything. Dave was a little more business oriented and smart. And he put out the second album, as I learned later from like Jimmy and with a whole different band. He grabbed the other neighborhood, hot shots and made a second White Trash album, which is fantastic. We still do songs from it. So,
and you guys went and started Hash, right?
So at the time it was Hash, which was later called 417.
Right.
Which with the extensive stuff I gave you, I figured I cut it off there. But yeah, that Hash was the project during White Trash. Me, Mike Caldarello, the drummer, and a dude, Seth Abelson, who's like a fantastic singer-songwriter. Another one of like our local, gurus in like music. We had always done that. We probably would have been smart to put it out as like a side project and not give up a $500,000 record advance.
Listen, you and I have talked about this. Yeah. It's a cautionary tale. With what happened with you guys. It's a cautionary tale, and we don't need to get into the particulars here because they're painful in a lot of ways. It's like
I don't mind. I'm an open book.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like
I'll give it to you quick.
It's a cautionary tale of of that era and bands, young guys getting signed, and not having a lot of experience in the business, and then guys turning on each other and listen, dude, I don't want to mention names. People know bands that I manage. I dealt with it. You get bands to a certain point and then they turn on each other. And it's like, no.
I've seen it a million times too. And I'll give you the long and short of it. We were young, crazy, had a 2-record deal with Elektra. after the second video, the follow up to
who signed you? Who's the A&R person that signed you to Elektra?
So what happened is what we were lacking was an A&R, a direct A&R guy. Q Prime jumped in and acted as the label A&R. They said, we're going to deal with this band. Like they had Metallica on Elektra.
Of course.
So once what happened was the Black album came out and we were like a few months behind it, and end the story. Like, hey guys, we're over here.
Yeah.
But they took it, honestly, I'll say it like, publicly, kind of fuck those guys, because we were young and needed to be nurtured, and we made the stupid. We had a couple of guys, including Ross, who were about the band, saw the band like in the trenches with the band, put their fucking job and signed their name behind the band, and these guys kind of came in at the last minute. I mean, you're talking about heavyweights in the business. They signed Rush, Metallica. Fucking the list goes on. AC/DC. I mean, they were the guys. So
this is Q Prime you're talking about.
Cliff Bernstein and Peter Mensch. They're like the biggest rock band. I think it's Doc McGee and they're like the heavyweights. But what was feared is exactly what happened. Is we got thrown under the bus because they're so big. The label bowed down to them. The A&R person. So we didn't really. I think Nancy Jeffries was our A&R person.
So you weren't formally. It wasn't like Michael Alago at Elektra Records, saw you and
I
signed
wish
you.
we had a guy like Michael
Basically,
Alago.
Basically, you had a Q Prime management who had a relationship with Elektra because of the Metallica juice and everything else, and they sort of I might not be using the proper. Did like a development deal basically. And then the whole thing happened with my brother doing the video and the Buzzbin thing, and they sort of parlay that and this and that and into a deal.
Yeah, but your brother doing the video and Ross.
Hold on, wait. Woo-hoo! Go on.
Let me backtrack a little bit. So not exactly, because Ross believed in the band. He got a 4-song demo paid for us.
I remember that.
He got your brother. So that video was done to our demo version of Apple Pie.
That's right.
So we didn't have a record deal.
Ross went and got my brother to do the video.
Yes. So those were Ross was the guy that really believed in the band. We had another manager that managed Ace Frehley and like Joni Mitchell. His name was Chip Racklin at the time, who I thought we should have stayed with, but the band was split over using Q Prime or not. I felt that what happened might be something that could happen, but if the band stayed strong and tight within each other, which we should have, because we all grew up and went to high school together, we probably could have overcame and battled all that. But you combine the management; it was a perfect storm. The management was a little too big for us.
Yeah,
the Metallica's Black Album just came out. Here we are with Apple Pie, and there they are with like Enter Sandman, like around the same time. So the justice for all was not for all. And then fucking and then what was I gonna? I still hate Metallica to this day. Fucking I hold a resentment towards Metallica. But what was I gonna say? But if we stuck together as a band a little bit, like you mentioned, the in-band fighting was going on as well. We were young kids. We had different ideas. I mean, we just needed somebody to fucking smack us across the face and say, hey, I turned out a $500,000 record advance. That's how, and I look in the mirror and I don't regret it nowadays,
right? Because
it sounds like
you turned down a $500,000 record advance, right? To leave the band to start the hash thing,
basically,
and leave the name with Dave, who went and got a couple other guys and did a second record.
One of my finest moments in the music business,
bro.
Probably not. But
There's always room for you on this boat, baby.
Yeah. Hence the hardcore punk rock scene.
I can't wait to see you play on fucking Saturday.
Yeah, you know what, man? I honestly not to get too spiritual or anything, but I'm in such a good place now that
Yeah.
I look in the mirror and the moments, life is a series of moments and decisions that you make. Was that the best one? Probably not, but I don't know that if I was in the same position at the same time, I wouldn't do the same thing. Like I'll take happiness over money all the time, every time.
Bro, it's like that Star Trek episode, like where they go back. You can't change anything because if you change anything this much, it changes the course and we wouldn't be where we're at right now. So the only way that we're here right now is because it went down the way it did. You can't go back and change something and then think, you know what I mean? If you're happy in the life you have right now, then you have to accept everything that's happened in your past. And that's just my take on it.
Some beautiful spiritual shit. And the truth is, living in the past or future tripping is never healthy. All we got is today, fucking.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm trying to live these days. And I will say one thing for certain, that if that didn't happen back then, the only thing I know is that I wouldn't be on the Drew Stone today, or might not be on the Drew Stone show today, premiering the new Butterbrain video with Angelo Moore from Fishbone, one of my fucking musical idols. So I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, I mean, there's always I embrace my regrets. Like people go, "Oh, do you have any regrets?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like I've learned to like really savor my regrets. There's a couple of them, but I think that I'm able to do that because I'm happy with the life I have now. So, and I have it in perspective. It's like, I'm very happy with the life I have now, excuse me. We have a request here. Let's see the video. Hold on. Good shit.
I'm not sure, but I think I'm just noticing on the comments a little bit that I think they might mean the first. I think a lot of people might have missed the intro video. We're gonna put it up on YouTube. It doesn't have to be shown again here, but
wait, hold on. Let's
I'm getting the vibe like people missed the.
I thought he wanted to see some more of the white trash video. Oh, maybe the Butterbrain video. Of course, my bad. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's find the Butterbrain video. Hold on. Let's find the Butterbrain video. Hold on. Let's do a little of this. Why not? Where are we going? Who cares?
Come on. Step right up. Come on inside. There's something for everyone. A little rock that'll move your roll. A little funk to feed your soul. Don't be shy. It's time. We have on our main course a zombie smorgasbord of body parts and things. This special intellectual dish is called Butterbrain. So stick your hand in there. Grab a big old chunk. Butterbrain is a beautiful thing. Welcome to the party. Make yourself right at home. I'm here to tell you a secret. I'm infatuated with your doom.
Come a little bit closer. No need to be afraid. Gonna give you some of my sweet talk so I can butter up that beautiful brain.
Is that your piano playing?
Yeah, that's basically the backbone of the song. That's how writing that song started, with that riff.
That's your riff. Yeah.
Heavily influenced by Madness. I was in a bit of a Madness kick. Yeah.
Let me see that riff again. Hold on. Where's your horses? Hold on. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. All you need is that riff, right? You need a great riff like that, and then you work everything around it, right?
That's kind of how I operate. I mean, sometimes it's different, but when Angelo,
oh, Buscarama, That's right. You love you, John Buskey. Yeah, hold on. Let's break this stuff down. What's that? Trumpet and trombone?
Yes. Well, that's a little bit of a
now when it comes to horn charts, like how you just throw your guys in there and they figure. I know your guys a little bit. But do you say, hey, I'm thinking trombone and trumpet here?
Well, let me start by saying that a couple of the usual guys couldn't make that. We felt like it needed horns. This was a last second addition right outside of Niagara, and half my guys got families and kids and shit and work the next day. So let's keep it real here. Those two guys are my two interchangeable trombone players who are both kind of part-timers. One of them is playing trumpet for the video.
I see.
So they can't. That's who I got for the video. Speaking about interchangeable parts, but it's amazing how this shit works because these are two guys that record and play with Butterbrain. The other guys are singing on the track, so it was nice to get them in the video. You know,
of course.
I think you're right and ready. It's time to take a bite. Don't scream, just pretend it's a dream, and everything will be alright. Little temptation.
Everybody gets a little go round on the vocals here, huh?
Very. There's a little method to the madness there. I wanted to make sure to lead with this track, and when Angelo agreed to collaborate, I was like, this is the one, because my whole idea was to lead. I'll be honest with you. I had the music for a long time. We actually recorded the music before there was any vocals, and then one day it all kind of hit me, this weird zombie fest fucking idea, like kind of like sarcastic, brain-eating zombie fest. It kind of fit with Butterbrain.
Okay.
And again, the whole thing had, so hence the name Sapio Soiree, which seems to be confusing some people. But the whole thing kind of had like a little dinner vibe, fucking vibe to it. I kept thinking, it kept bringing me back to like British, fucking walking the streets of like a pub in London with madness. And, if I had my drummers, I would have liked to record it on like a piano pub or something like that. But, well, I was going to say.
Raise the pain. Well, I'm a savior, sexual zombie of lust, and yes, I came to eat up your brain.
The fucking brain, right?
Yeah.
What is it? A Jello brain?
That's Sally. Sally Mae made a Jello brain mold.
When you guys played the Bowery Electric,
yeah,
you brought it, right?
We left it there, I think, right?
Bro, at the end of the day, when I'm like, I'm always the last one, just making sure, and I walk into the artist lounge, and this thing is sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this thing? This fucking brain. And then I'm like, can you eat it? Like, what is it?
That Sally really has been like, right hand man. She doesn't fucking miss a beat, and whatever slack that I miss from being all over the place, she came to that shit with the brain mold ready to go in case we needed it. And we left it at the club. So
listen, bro. I can handle it. I can handle a brain getting left at the show. It's like I can.
I'm sure you've seen worse.
Yeah, much worse.
Are you happy or are you vexed? So dig into some brain meat. Outstretch your arms and stagger down the street. Not dip like a zombie and jerk back your neck. Crazy in the head and maggots in your legs. Get down.
What's the footage of Angelo on the scaffolding? Where is that?
I don't want to overstep my bounds.
Go ahead.
Well, I think Jeff used because we only had Angelo shoot.
Yeah, okay. Don't get anybody in trouble, but
well, you know what? I'm transparent as a motherfucker. So to be transparent, as I mentioned, we kind of bum rushed Angelo at the restaurant up the block. but what we lacked was footage of him doing his solo.
Yeah, right.
So Jeff took. I think it's from that movie that he was talking about earlier, the Optimistic. Yes.
Oh, he grabbed a little footage of that.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Hold on. Good stuff.
Thank you.
And of course, it is Jeff Pliskin, Raised Fist Propaganda. Props to the Jeff Pliskin.
The Pliskinite.
So you're gonna put it up on YouTube. It's gonna get out there. He's gonna put it on his channel. Is that the plan?
We are gonna put it on his channel. You know, he did a lot of legwork and making this happen. So yeah, it'll be through like the Raised Fist Propaganda channel. But yeah, it's gonna be up there. We waited. We went to the premiere it today. So I've been like a little kid in the candy store, like holding it back.
That's great.
And then we're actually got a second and third one, ready to pop out like next. We're kind of rolling out a single a month, and the whole album will probably drop sometime around Halloween. So we're trying to do it with a little flavor this time. Give everybody a little introduction, and it was suggested a couple of times to me to maybe lead with something else, and I was like, nah, it's got to be the one with Angelo, man.
Yeah,
and we're all singing on it. That was kind of my
make a little noise and bring and this way it's a good it's also a good representation of the band. Like you said, everybody's singing on it.
It was a little premeditated like that. So the fact that song was built for that kind of made it, in my mind, like a no-brainer that's got to be the lead. But we got some other, shit that we got Jules and Felipe from the Capturers on the next one we're putting out. It's got a little bit of a reggae vibe. It's all over the place. The next one is a song written by Chris RBC after that we got a video we've been working on. I don't know if you've seen the Facebook post, but full on drones. And our guitar player's brother, Lolo Rodriguez, had done a couple of things for us before. So same way like we were talking, like we're kind of building like a network. We end up using a bunch of the same guys. They're doing it on the love. Hopefully, one day everybody could like, their art turns into something. I'm in a place now where I really believe that to create and share is the most important thing. I'd have no control over fucking. And as soon as I kind of let go over a lot of those things, Angelo popped on doing the song, doing the video. Just good vibes all around. Like
you're preaching to the converted, brother. I'm the guy that does the free shows.
Exactly.
People go, free shows? Are you crazy? Yo, no. You do free shows, people come. And then the magic happens then. The community comes together. What? A couple bucks what? So a couple bucks what? What's anybody seeing? Make it free so all the kids can come, so everybody can come. And then you build the community, and then the magic happens.
I can't agree with you more. And I'll be honest with you. I've heard some rumblings about people like, Drew's doing all these free shows, and I kind of do the same thing when I put on an event. I was even hearing some slack from like the band, like why is the show we're doing free for the release party? I have the same vibe as you, man. I can't control. I'm not in this for the money at 50 years old. I'm in this for the love, man. Like I really love doing this, and I'm doing a project that my heart and soul is in. So, the rest of the shit I can't control, but I can control what I put out, how I put it out, who I do a podcast with, stuff like that. So, I'm all about just keeping my side of the street clean these days.
Just for the record, all the shows that I do are they're free, right. But bands get paid. A lot of times bands get paid. The one of the last ones we did, everybody got paid well. Sometimes there's a sponsor. We put a donation can out. I try to cover at least the headlining band and some of the bands at least a couple bucks and cover gas expenses. And so it's not like all bands play for free. Plenty of bands have played that have seen a good amount of money to play a free show.
And I think you got the tip jar going for like people that want to contribute and shit like that. But I will say you really giving some shine to bands like Butter. Like, we are super fucking grateful. But more than Deja, Mafa, Rebelmatic, these guys, the list goes on. Fucking Inzaguri, Fire
Well,
is
no, a
Murder.
lot of bands came out. Silence Equals Death, Car
Yes.
Bomb Parade.
Car Bomb, yep.
These are bands Reaching Out. These
Yep.
are bands that all started when we were at A7. Oh, Kings Never Die. These
Yep.
are all bands that little Dead Blow Hammer. They all started, but whatever.
And to the people that have something to say, I would tell them exactly that. Like, you're giving a platform for bands like us that were kind of under the radar to be part of a community, be part of a scene. And your shows are fucking packed out. There's young kids enthusiastic. I mean, I'd rather do some shit like that any day of the week than playing a fucking bar show where fucking people are grumpy and come up to the front of the stage and
It's okay, man. I can handle it. It's okay. People can say what they will. It's like I understand the lay of the land in this thing. And it's like, in the world we live in now, with this insidious, horrific internet nonsense, you have people just espousing just an incredible amount of negativity and hatred. And I'm not the guy that's going to go, hey, PMA. I'm not that guy. But it's like, listen, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep marching ahead and doing. I'm not going to let a couple people that for whatever their reasons, what stings is if it's from someone I respect. Then you got my ear. But when it's just somebody who's just, hey, I'm going to make a name for myself by just being negative and nasty, and people are going to pay attention to me because I'm going, oh, fuck you, Stone. It's like, whatever, man.
I mean,
you know what? Take a number and get at the back of the line. I could care less.
But I couldn't agree more. And it comes back to like what I was saying. It's like, I'm all about keeping my side of the street clean these days and staying focused. And when you do that, and when you take chances on the shows and on a podcast like this and what you're doing, there's going to be fucking haters. There's always, but I could speak for myself, and I think a lot more than myself when I say there's a lot more people that appreciate what you're doing than chirping like a bird in the background. So I'm very thankful.
For sure. Well, and I appreciate it, and a lot of people do also. And
it comes from the heart, brother. I really keep doing what you're doing.
We'll all keep doing what we're doing, man. And people that support the show, I appreciate it. Hey, so let's wrap it up. Anybody you want to shout out?
Jesus, the list is long. My bandmates definitely in Butterbrain, Chris Arbisi, Sally Mae, Mike Calderella, Brendan Stiles, Terry Thomas, Carl Reinlieb, Ben Clapp. Shout out to Goat for giving me props last week on his show. Eddie Medina, she checks in a lot. Jerry X, we're going to be doing a bunch of shit coming up together. Yep. My girlfriend Gloria Riza.
My girlfriend.
I'd like to thank the Academy. Honestly, Mike Lum, who checks into your show frequently, Jorge, Colombian Jorge, Dimmy, my guys. But what was I just going to say? That most importantly, Angelo, because as you can see, he just took a train from Kansas City back from a relative's funeral, jumped on the show, trying to get his equipment out to the East Coast. So it was pretty cool of him to come out and do this. I got love for the guy. He's really a lifer.
Good. All right, and chances are I'm going to see you on Saturday out at Rockaway, man.
All right, love it, brother.
All right, I love you, man. Take care.
Thank you for having me, man. Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
I will. You can count on it. I'll see you in a bit. Well, there you have it. It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Our great guest today was our dear friend, Mr. Aaron Collins from Butterbrain, and formerly of White Trash and Murphy's Law and Scarhead, and it was great. Yes, Busky, it was great, man. And if you're out there, tune into Hoya and Busky's show, man. They got a great thing going. It's very cool. We got to cross collab, man. We gotta cross pollinate a little bit. Thank you. It was a great show. And just a heads up, coming up this Sunday, Listen, formerly of the Foo Fighters, old school DC hardcore, Scream and Wool. Franz Stahl will be on the show. Lots to talk about. We're gonna do a deep dive. Yes, the Hard Corner, man. The Hard Corner featuring Hoya and Busky. So yeah, man, good stuff, man. Those are like two of my favorite. I don't want to say podcast because this isn't a podcast technically. It's really a live video streaming show. But two of my favorite hosts, definitely Hoya and Busky too, man. Very knowledgeable guys when it comes to this thing. Yes, good. Support the Hard Corner, man. It's a great show. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday. And what can I say? Until then, do good things, and good things will come to you.